The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by this podcast as well as its hosts are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, it is not serious. It is not real. No one is exposing, revealing, indicting, or telling you anything about themselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interests at heart, or our own. Enjoy the show.
Microphone check, 1, 2, what is this? The JBB back to business. I guess right now we should start the show.
What y'all doing? Y'all start?
We starting. I didn't know we started.
Oh, yeah, we on.
We start.
Yeah, we on.
Patrones, what's up?
Patrones.
Yeah, no, it took something.
Very special episode.
Very special.
The specialist.
We on a roll. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
What's the role? What role?
We on a roll with the people who have been gracing us with their presence, man.
You like it?
It's been great.
Yeah.
It's been pretty good so far.
What's been so dope about the guests recently to you?
Yeah. Good question.
All having something to really talk about, something to say, not coming up here being afraid to be themselves and not afraid to go ahead and check us or talk to us when they need to.
I think we have another very special guest here who is unafraid to be herself.
Unapologetic.
There we go.
I absolutely love that. And we're going to have a great time. I'm a little under the weather. I don't feel like I can provide the intro that I know this guest deserves.
Take it away, Ish.
Ish,
It's not
Mark, Amani.
I think Ish is
Can
probably the best
anybody
equipped.
properly put
not
some
my strength.
fucking respect?
I think
on who
Ish
the
or
fucking-
Mark would be perfect.
I
for
I
this.
think it should be
All right,
perfect.
I think you would too.
Oh my God,
Hey, yo,
I hate
dog, we
these
ain't doing
niggas.
that today.
All right, so joining us today.
Hold the fuck up.
Oh, here we go.
Hold the fuck up now.
Here we go. Now you doing flip? Come on.
Yeah. Listen, you might have seen her on some other pods, but they ain't this. You might have seen her online talking her shit. Pissing you hoes off. Fuck you talking about? We have a very, very special guest.
Super special.
In the building. Somebody I'm really excited to talk to, and I'm sure you guys are gonna super enjoy. She's been fun just walking in.
Yeah.
Yo, just walking in. Somebody it feels like you're like a guy's girl.
Oh, yo, you was
Yeah,
nasty.
I always say I'm a hybrid, which is an alpha submissive. So I have my masculine energy,
I love that.
but it's in a feminine way. You experienced it, but it's in a feminine way.
I did.
But I have my masculine energy, yeah, and I love masculine energy. I just do. I have a thing for. I mean, I'm a daddy's girl. I had a father. My daddy's a street guy, so I'm a product of a street dude.
I was worried that this room would be intimidating you
Oh,
or overwhelming for you.
oh, okay.
But some of us acted like that before she got here. Some of us, that was our shit before we met her. You know what I'm saying?
Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Honored to have you. Honored to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here. Yeah, let's go. What I said off camera was, I thought that I was going to have to come in here and chastise you, Joe. Because y'all talk about me a lot on this pod, and my little brother would show me clips, and I'm like, okay, let me see what the fuck Joe had to say. Because if I got to come on this pod and chastise him on some shit, then I'm going to run them plays. But I have to say this. You were giving me my props. You were asking inquisitive questions that I think were very relevant, that people want to know, but not from a way of disempowering or bashing or putting down, but from a way of like, I want to know more about this woman who is intriguing and she's very interesting in her perspective on things, not from I'm putting her down or I'm attacking her or demonizing or weaponizing her. So I said, well, I don't have to come up here and chastise you or check you. I can just come up here and interview and give you some love and so yeah.
I love it. I prefer it that way. And thank you for being here with us today. Fellas, how y'all doing?
Good, man. I'm just happy to see my sister here, man.
Yeah.
When I talked to you a couple weeks ago, your book, we were talking about your book, man. I'm excited to see that it's out, see the physical copy of Live Your Promise, man. That's
and
so.
it's an audio book as well.
Yes, that's how I'm gonna listen to it. It's dope.
just congratulations on everything.
Yeah. And Mark, we go back. Because
Yeah.
Mark was an ongoing correspondent on my talk show, True Talks on Fox.
Yep.
So he would come on and give his
What
political
year was
standpoint
this?
on
Just for the
things.
people at home, creating a timeline.
Was it 3 years ago?
I think that about
like
about
3
that.
years ago?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a lot of jobs, man.
That's right before you came up here.
Yeah, and when I was up here, I was still on Fox Soul doing some stuff. We were doing some stuff together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Feeling better, right? You feeling nice, right? You feeling nice, right?
Now you feeling good?
3 years ago. Wow. Okay. So that's great. That's interesting.
What's interesting about that, Flip?
I'm just a fan.
I had no idea that you guys knew each other.
Yeah, we talked about it on other episodes up here. You just forgot.
I don't remember that.
Was I here for those episodes?
Yeah, you made fun of me.
Amani and Ish look surprised as well.
Yeah,
Well,
we don't remember that.
Yeah.
I've had this conversation with him before.
All right,
No, just
Got it.
No.
Got it.
Fuck no.
exactly. Well, I'm glad to have you here, and I'm glad to see you
Yeah,
here.
I'm glad to be here.
Where should we begin? There's so much shit. I know. There's so much shit.
I'm a guest in your house, so shoot. I mean, whatever you want to serve, I'm ready to.
Well, okay, so you know what? So let's start light, and as we go, get a little heavier.
Let's rock. Let's do it.
So tell the audience out there where you first got your start.
Oh, interesting.
nigga.
I know, right?
That's what we doing.
I mean,
Dog, I was up till 4 in the morning watching interviews of this nigga. When I open this motherfucking laptop, it's lit. hey, this ain't off the dome here.
All right, I see what you're doing.
But where did you get your start?
you might start as far as like a therapist. I started off as a marriage, family, and child therapist about 18 years ago. Before I obtained my doctorate degree in counseling psychology. Once I became a doctor of psychology, I transitioned from a therapist to a psychology expert in private practice. And so I no longer practice under a license.
And why
I'm
would
in
you?
private practice.
You're making all the money now.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what people don't understand, right? So just to educate some folks a little bit, a license is really only needed so you can bill insurance. And let me go a step further. Majority of people who know that in order to bill insurance as a therapist or a physician or a psychologist, psychiatrist, you have to diagnose.
Okay.
Most people don't want to have a diagnosis on their record. So what do they rather do? Pay out of pocket.
That's what I
And
do.
so when I realized that, I thought, well, okay, it may create a gap within our community, our black community, who can't afford health care or afford mental health services. But it also is a way that, as a therapist, two things, you can obviously make what you deserve, because therapy is real. We're giving everything we have in there. And we're unpacking shit, and we're helping you process through things. So it's not us sitting there, well, if you're an effective therapist, saying, tell me more. You should be unpacking, and you should be able to take somebody and drive with them to their goal and give them tools. So anyways, when I realized that, I thought, well, one, I'll just be out of pocket. Two, when I tell my clients the truth, is that in order to bill insurance, I have to diagnose you. And you only get about 6 weeks. In order for me to get 6 more weeks approval, guess what? I have to say that you are slightly improving, but really,
not there yet.
come
You're
on
still
now.
fucked
So
up.
if anything happens in the court of law, if anything happens with employment, that is on your record forever. And so I'm not saying that folks should, not go get therapy if they have to bill insurance. Get the help that you need. I advocate for that. I advocate for therapy being a lifestyle, not just a intervention, right? It should be a preventative measure. But I am saying that for me, I'm in private practice. I make much more money. It allows me to have more leverage and really be hands-on with my clients. I'm not binded by BBS, the Behavior Board Science rules and regulations and ethics. And so it just opened up a whole nother, floor and industry for me. And then from there, I wrote my book, and I started speaking on platforms. And when I started speaking on platforms, it became an order. I never had an agent. I, never had a manager.
You were self-published?
I have a team now. I
The first
self-published
book?
my first book.
The first book, yeah.
But from there, it was really just me showing up in my authenticity of who I am.
It seems like, I know therapy goes in a lot of areas, but it seems like one of the things that you really light up for is relationship conversations.
Relationship, Mark, and trauma.
Why?
Because I think that it doesn't matter our race, our gender, it doesn't matter our background. One thing that we all can relate on is adversity and some fucking trauma. It doesn't matter what race we are. You can sit a white person from the trailer park here and a black person from the hood. And they may not be able to relate as far as the exact same environment. But when you start talking about pain pockets and trauma, we're gonna be relatable. If he's an abandoned little boy and he's a white male and I'm an abandoned little girl, I don't know how to be a white man. He'll never know how to be a black woman. But we could talk about the abandonment issues. We could talk about the pain pockets. We could talk about the effects of it as adults and how it sabotages our relationships. And now we have a commonality. Now we have a connection. And so when you start to take out what I think is more of the surface things, like I'm woman, you're male, I'm black, you're white, that obviously cause a lot of societal constructs and disparities within our community. So they are important. But when we get to the nitty-gritty of who we are eternally, we are a lot more alike than we like to believe.
True.
And so there's not a lot of separation when you're talking about trauma and abandonment and mental health and pain pockets. We all got them. We all have experienced adversity. I don't care how much money you have, you've experienced adversity. I don't care how broke you are, you've experienced similar adversity where you've been dark, you've been light, you've had days where you were trying to give up, you had days where you were doubtful, you had days where it's just you and God in the room. You got rich people in a beautiful house, 4 beautiful walls, homeless as fuck. Homeless as fuck. But that's all of us. Whether you really been homeless or you in a big house and homeless internally, it doesn't matter. It affects us the same. And so for me, it's relationships, but relationships are also the catalyst to what causes or heals trauma.
You do
That's
that?
it.
You do therapy for yourself? Do you have a therapist?
Oh yeah. I have a therapy. I have a bishop. You know, I believe in seeking wise counsel. The Bible says seek wise counsel. Keyword. Wise counsel. That means you have to be careful who has your ear. You got to be careful who's leading you. Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt. And because he decided to be disobedient when God told him to speak to the rock the second time and not hit it, he hit the rock. So that means they did not get into the promised land. But guess who else didn't get into the promised land? Everybody he led.
His followers.
Everybody he led. So his followers. So what I'm saying is, especially within our community, we have to be a lot more apprehensive about who the fuck we following. Who are we following? I'm talking about from podcasts to doctors to people with no titles to people who are just opinionists. You know what I mean? To pastors. Who are you following? And are they leading you to a place of failure? Because I don't want to be following a Moses and we go through this entire wilderness, get past the Red Sea. We are in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights, and then you tell me we get here, bro, and I can't get into the promised land. That's the whole reason why I allowed you to free me and go on this journey with you. Absolutely not. So, again, we have to be careful of the wise counsel. But yes, I have wise counsel, which is my bishop. I go to therapy once a week. I have to. I also, I was an abandoned little girl who grew up to be an abandoned woman. So things still trigger me. And yeah, I can manage myself. And yes, I have a lot of tools and I can self-regulate. But you put me in the wrong environment with the right type of bullshit, the little girl in me who is from the inner city, who is a product of street parents, I'm going to turn up. I'll air this thing out without a problem. But that takes management.
You said something, I'm going to be very blunt.
Please do.
My biggest misconception about you, and at the end of the day, it was me hearing from other people about you being a therapist and practicing.
So I'm a psychology expert, life coach.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Practicing without a license, and people saying how unethical it is and things like that. I think when you cleared it up for me, that I was misunderstood as far as why you practice the way you do, and that it's still responsible, right? Can you speak to any other misconception that you think about yourself? Or why do people really have this disdain for you in this space as far as speaking this way?
So I think that people who have a disdain for me are people who are not ready to heal. And they have accountability issue. And most of them have parental issues. See, we always talk about mommy issues when it relates to men. But why don't we talk about mommy issues when it relates to women?
And
because
what that looks
women
like.
have mommy issues as well.
A lot, yeah.
Okay? And what it looks like is a woman's mother abandons her. Or, maybe they were in competition their entire life growing up. Maybe the mom was competing with her or jealous of her, or the daughter was competing with the mama. You got a lot of things that go on between mother and daughter relationships. And that develops a certain disdain for that young lady towards her mother. Well, that same woman now doesn't know that subconsciously, I got an issue with women. I got an issue with women. Any woman that comes in and identifies as anything similar to my mother, I'm triggered, and she doesn't know that. So I have no problem with dating a married man. I have no problem with fucking the shit out of you knowing you got a wife at home. Because every time I do that, guess who I get to feel like I am hurting or I'm poking at?
Your mom.
Come on now, it's who?
Yeah.
My mother. So this is why when we talk about the side chick, we always talk about, the side chick position and she's waiting to be picked. Let me say something. Sometimes she ain't waiting to be nothing. Sometimes being the side chick that role is actually satisfying her dysfunctional pain pocket and her trauma that y'all know nothing about. Sometimes it ain't even about you. She don't even want you. Mm-hmm. She got issues and trauma that she could bond with you on. That actually, I don't like the compliment, that help her stay in her normalcy of her mother issues. And we don't talk about that enough. We make it seem like, oh, she's just desperate because she has daddy issues, she want to be the side chick. Nah, her father could have been a hell of a father. It could have been her mother who destroyed her. It's not always the man that comes in the house and is the one that's causing the trauma or causing the neglect. It happens, but you got parents in the house. I always say present parents sometimes cause and present way more trauma.
It's a fact.
I want to jump in and just let you know how uninvolved the room is while you say some of this stuff, right? So I want to give you some of our toxic thinking. Some of us are of the belief, and I'm not pointing at nobody, that a good
point.
Cool. Me and Ice.
Okay.
Sorry, she said point. We keep it at $1 today.
Damn. I don't think nothing.
I agree with you, whatever you want to say.
Go ahead. I think he is down too.
Me?
I ain't co-signing nothing until I hear this shit.
Some people, some people either believe today or have believed at some point that the right side chick is responsible for the happiness of the relationship. Have you ever heard that?
Oh, I don't fuck with you.
What the fuck? Yeah, she don't scare me with all that therapy shit.
When was that my train of thought, though?
We've said that. I've seen some tweets.
We've said this before. The side chick can effectively end the happiness of.
Oh no, the side chick holds the most power in your relationship.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it sounds really bad.
Yeah, that's totally different than what you just said.
So you said that thinking that I would
clear it up.
Word.
Yeah. So you said that thinking I would be opposed to that.
That means that we're toxic and unevolved.
No, what that means is y'all are in touch and keeping it real. Because he said
And
that
toxic.
the side chick holds the power in the relationship, right?
Yes.
From a man's perspective, what I believe you're saying, I said this on Shannon Sharp's interview as well, that what I have found in my field of 18 years is that when a womanizer, because that's what he is, who has a side chick, when a womanizer has a side piece, side chick, whatever you want to call it, oftentimes, if not almost all the time, the wife can tell when they break up. The wife can tell when they having problems.
Yeah, she be knowing.
Why?
Well, back in the day.
Because he comes home in a disposition that is uneasy. Mm-hmm. He's not as loving and nurturing and joyful when he walks in that door. Now that's unfortunate, but that is facts. When him and the side chick just got off their trip or conversation, or she's able to keep him company, entertain him all day long, he comes home in a better mood. And let me go further. I've had some clients, and many, too many actually, who have actually, wives who have said, I'm actually okay with him having her. Even if he knows that I'm not okay with it, I let it ride. Because she makes this household easier.
Peaceful.
Because, hold on, that wife also is tuned out, tapped out, and turned off from him as well. See, men think they moving in a way, you think sometimes the wife is just so in love and wants you. Sometimes she's there because you paying bills and you providing. And she knows that leaving you means she has to fend for herself. Or she can't fend at all. So sometimes she's okay with you having that side chick when you think you sneaking. Because really, some of y'all cheating, not because you even want to fuck the side bitch, it's really because you like to sneak.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Hold on. And you wouldn't even have a side chick if you weren't married. You only have the side chick because being deviant and cheating is
fun.
what turns you on.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So half of y'all ain't even tripping off of, I'm unhappy and my wife. No, bruh. You wouldn't have a side chick if you didn't have a wife. You don't want her. And half of y'all don't want your wife because you married the crumb and really go screw the loaf. Half of y'all settle for what's safe and you want the bad chick. But you don't want the bad chick because you know the bad chick gonna do you wrong and bad like you doing her. And you can't handle it because you're too damn weak. So you marry the crumb and you go screw the loaf. And the loaf is your side chick. So that's why men fall in love with their loaf. They fall in love with their side chick. But they not gonna leave the side chick because for that womanizing man, that dynamic is exactly what his narcissistic ass needs to be fed.
What do y'all think about that?
I agree. I agree with a lot of what you said.
That's his facial expressions.
I just
nobody in particular.
I do agree with most of it, but to fully agree, I would have to that totally disregards the work that some of us put into finding the right side chick.
So, I think what you said is not helping if any difference to what she said. I think it's proving what she's saying to be correct.
That's not true.
I'm not saying that.
It takes work to find a side chick?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Finding the side chick is already
the right side chick.
toxic.
The right side chick. Yes.
Can y'all explain?
Am I off?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with this word.
Let me ask a question then. Can a man have a side chick if he's not married?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so to y'all, okay.
No, well, you've been very clear in saying you ain't locked into nothing until you have that.
I'm not your wife.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you can make commitments to people, right?
Yeah.
There. Now, if there's a commitment,
And you step outside the commitment, then she aside.
that's different. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But if there's no commitment and y'all just in relationship and you guys are just intimate, having sex and taking trips and doing what you do, then you don't have any side anything. This is why I said it's more of a psychological fulfillment than it even is physical. Because most men who aren't even married get turned on by saying they have a side chick because it gives them some type of validation.
Ego.
It's an ego stroke. So it's not even that they are even in a relationship to have a side chick.
Can it?
And let me say this real quick, because
No, I'm waiting for somebody to say. I want some. I'm hearing pushback in the air, but nobody's saying it. And I don't want y'all to wait till she back in California.
No. Listen, I don't I don't like to often talk in generals.
Yeah.
So, and I wanted to ask that. I'll ask later, but I do think a lot of men don't like to admit that a lot of things we do is not really because of our actual interests. It's all based off of ego, and it's all based off of what we want the next man to think of us, or what we want to think about ourselves. Like when you said the whole thing about cheating and the thrill. I know for me, cheating always was the thrill.
Yeah.
Come on.
It was how sneaky I was doing it. If I got caught, or knowing that I wouldn't get caught, that would be the motivation to continue to do it. So I agree with you. Mm-hmm. I just think a lot of men, it takes them a lot to understand that how we're moving is based off of our ego. And the older you get, you'll get more comfortable in just convincing yourself that the shit you're doing is because you need to find a side chick to please your other
Was
needs.
it ever just for pleasure, or because you just got tired of fucking the same person?
This is why I don't want to speak in. I don't like speaking in general.
Some niggas just greedy.
Yo, dog, cheating
It just be
pure greed.
Cheating is based on greed. It ain't based
That's it.
on nothing else but greed. Yo, fam, you could have a woman at home that is beautiful, pussy is amazing, sense of humor, she's encouraging, she's all of these things. And you could go fuck some chick, not because you're lacking anything or because you want some outside fulfillment. You could go fuck some chick that ain't got a snowball's chance in Haiti of getting in your life because you greedy. Nothing more, nothing less. It ain't no psychology behind it. And again, from a nigga that cheated a lot in their life, yo, you could have more than one side chick. It was a point in time you could have 15, 20 side chicks.
Were they ever
And
loaf?
it's two reasons, and it's greed.
Huh?
Were they ever the loaf for you?
No, they could have been equal honey buns to what I already had at home, but I wouldn't necessarily call my chick a crumb and call him the loaf.
Wait,
don't think
hold on,
that's-
pin that, because you said you wouldn't call your chick at home the crumb and then the loaf. But that doesn't mean that woman, in the essence of if your woman at home wasn't your chick, isn't really the loaf. When I say the loaf, it's
She
just
could have. No, I said it varies per woman.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's not just this general
that mic issue.
that my girl that I'm seeing
Right.
is the crumb and this girl is the loaf. That my girl could have been a loaf. Shorty could have been a crumb. She just was a crumb with a fat ass. And so all of these things are situational. Like you know what I'm saying? It just don't fit this one.
I got a question. It's for all y'all, but this is for you since you're talking about this. Why is it that you guys don't have a problem with stepping out and penetrating another woman and dismantling and ruining your entire home with your woman or your wife, but you damn sure got a problem with keeping it 100 that, listen, my wife is the crumb. And this side chick that I'm screwing, she happens to be the low.
Hold on.
Why
One thing you
is it
just
that-
said. One thing you just said.
a lot of times the nigga cheat because he don't want the wife to find out. You saying it and wrecking this whole relationship at home. In that moment, he's thinking, I'm gonna get away with this, and she will never find out.
Do y'all understand cheating? It's like committing a crime. A nigga not going out committing a crime under the guise that I'm gonna get caught. A nigga is robbing this bank because he think he's gonna get the spoils.
No, that's skipping over a part. Niggas don't even get to the point to think. Niggas don't even think that at all. Niggas ain't even worried or considering the part that they can get caught.
I know.
That's the part of.
I'm saying the same thing.
No, you're not.
Let me finish my statement.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
When a person is cheating, they don't think that they're gonna get caught at all. When a nigga go robs a bank, they understand y'all could be caught, but the odds of me getting caught is slim. Oh, I wouldn't rob the fucking bank and know I could go do 30 years in jail.
And we're saying something different. You're saying that they say, I'm not going to get caught. They're saying that.
Or they think
I'm not going to get caught. There's most men that don't even consider that before they cheat. It doesn't even click. They so caught up in the nastiness or the ego or the greed of it, like you said, that they don't even take the time to consider.
You're saying there's a recklessness to it.
I think those are people that cheat a lot.
And that's what feeds the ego shit sometimes.
Yeah, lack of consideration.
But and to that point, there's so many men who don't care if they get caught. Why are we acting like when someone says I'm a cheat or dismantle my home, that I'm going, let me sit up here and calculate this and get strategic? Look, come on, y'all.
I think that's an arrogance.
But that's a narcissistic trait. Cheating is a narcissistic trait. It is a character. It's a character defect. Period. Yes, it is. Let me tell you why. Because when you're cheating, even if you're not thinking I'm going to get caught or I don't care if I get caught. If you cheat, you don't give a fuck if you get caught. What are you talking? It don't matter if you think about it. If I go, listen, if I'm breaking the law, okay, and you're not even thinking about getting caught.
Well, let's let her finish.
Because you have listen, man, because you guys are being unrealistic right now. You have so many women who will allow y'all to cheat. Let's keep it 100. If we're going to be on this podcast, y'all, I watch you guys podcasts all the time, and you guys keep it 100. Let's stop acting like you don't have men who say, I do it because I can. And she going to let me cheat. I'm not thinking about getting caught. Getting caught is furthest from my mind because I've already been caught 30 times. She never left. I can care less. I don't care. I'm going to do what I do. Just like you got women who say, I could text you and say, Daddy, I need a new Chanel bag. Baby, I'm hungry. And you going to run them plays and I don't got to have sex with you. So why would I stop texting you to do it? I'm just saying. But it happens.
I'm not disagreeing. I don't think that's the norm.
Because I hear you, but what I'm not going to do is glamorize that men who cheat are that thoughtful enough to say, I don't want to get caught. No, if you are in the act of cheating, you never gave a fuck about getting caught. I'm not going to glamorize that. Period.
That's not true.
You can speak on it.
I can't because I agree. Black men don't cheat.
I don't cheat, but
that's a fact.
But the ones who don't cheat, that's a different perspective.
Yeah.
You've cheated in your life?
No.
Ever?
No. But I've had that many relationships.
Cool.
I've been
cheated in your life?
Yeah.
Can I? Every nigga in his cheated in his life, sans mark. And you did not want to get caught.
Yeah.
And
that's not true.
But I hear what you're saying.
I can speak for myself. When I cheated in my past, I didn't want to get caught.
Same.
I didn't cheat because I wanted to get caught. Not just that, I didn't think that, my girl catching me wasn't going to leave. Or I didn't have a girlfriend that would allow me to cheat. Hence me cheating.
But you took a risk that said, because you're... No, I love you. You're my dog, but you're being passive aggressive right now. You took a risk through your actions that says, I don't give a fuck if you catch me or leave me because I'm willing to run the risk. Your mouth is saying, I don't want you to catch me, but your dick is saying it don't matter because you cannot tell me that when you went into the bank to rob the bank, you didn't think, there's a big chance that, most bank robbers get
not
caught.
Big, slim.
I think about this thing.
You have a slim chance of getting caught. You run a risk assessment, right? And I would hope
anything.
With anything. We could come outside
and running risk assessments.
That's not true. That is not true. Maybe you didn't do that, nigga. I did.
I'll give you an example.
You bugging.
I know dudes that cheat out of town. They only cheat if they out of town. They're not gonna cheat in their city. They're not gonna cheat in their neighborhood. They're not gonna cheat at their job. They're not gonna cheat with somebody who knows their wife or their girlfriend or whatever because the risk is too high.
Yo, I hate.
That's,
you know what?
That's a risk assessment.
No. See, now y'all gonna make me.
There's no need. Let's just have to talk.
I know, but
now turn up, E. Fuck that.
All you niggas up here have either ladies, wives. You're happy. You're faithful. You're doing your thing, right?
Correct. That's ratting.
I'm single, right?
I'll say when I got a girl.
I'm single. I
You could have just led with I'm single.
Shut up, nigga. I've cheated in every single relationship.
Okay.
Right?
Jesus. Okay.
I've said it.
Yeah.
It took me that one relationship where I cheated, and I cheated in the worst way, to fuck her up. I witnessed what that looked like to that woman.
Yeah.
Right? To the point today where we clown and we joke, but I'm no longer going to get into a relationship if I'm not going to meet the person that I'm not going to be faithful to. So yes, I'm outside, I do my thing. Any woman that fucks with me today knows that I'm going to fuck with multiple people. And I'm going to be honest about it. When I do find that person I want to be with in a relationship, I'm going to chill. You niggas is clowning and laughing, and it's cool. But this goes to show that y'all niggas is in relationships speaking to the most unevolved shit. And it's the one single nigga here who understands every aspect of the shit.
You didn't
That's
even address cheating. You address you being a single man and how you think
I'm adjusting how niggas are in faithful relationships are pacifying the cheating aspect.
Nobody did that.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this like this. I haven't cheated in relationships, not because I'm better, just because, again, I haven't had that many, and I've just been...
You all right? You good?
But I've committed crimes. And when I've committed crimes, what?
You've assessed the risk.
I assessed the risk, and I said, if I
you
knew
didn't
I
say I don't give a fuck about getting caught, so I'm gonna go.
I promise you, if I thought I was gonna get caught, I wouldn't have did it.
Thank you.
That's all I'm saying.
Anytime I cheated in a relationship, I didn't give a fuck if the relationship ended or not.
And next part, we're getting back to those crimes.
I know people who have done that. I'm not saying there aren't people.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there aren't people who y'all are describing.
Right.
I'm just saying that there are some people who are like, yo, I love my husband.
Right.
I love my wife, whatever.
Right.
And if I had to choose between cheating and this relationship, I would take the relationship, but I don't think I'm going to get caught.
Yes. Right. But so we're not saying every single person does one thing. No one's cookie cutter. So we've cleared that up.
Yeah.
I want to touch on two things. What you said about you don't say you cheat because, for example, me, I'm not a cheater, right? Because that's my character. And I have integrity.
Right.
And if I choose you, I'm not cheating on you.
Right.
Now, if I was to be a cheater, I know my personality. I'm not cheating, crossing my fingers while I'm laying on my back, hoping you don't leave me. I'm cheating all balls out.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to come home and confess, but I'm going to say, look, I'm doing what I do. And if you find out, baby, you got to make a decision.
But see, that's how you're wired,
That's
because
just
you're so
what it
direct and
is.
honest.
A lot of
you ain't as
I think that's
direct
a
and honest
minority.
as you.
But let me say this.
That's not the
Let me
norm.
say this to what you said about you're the single guy talking about cheating and giving, in your perspective, a more realistic perspective, right? And let me tell you why. I've been in my field 18 years, and what I found is there are more married, committed people who are cheating with other married, committed people than there are single people who are even having sex.
Yes.
So when you say they're coming with the unrealistic or a false narrative, that's why. Because in their false narrative, in the lies they've been telling themselves, either they don't cheat because they've created a norm of having to make sure after 15 years of being married, I can't say I cheat, not even if it's on a pod. I can't even say it in the bathroom when it's quiet. I can't say it at lunch. I can't tell my homeboy because you know what? The quickest, the number one thing you know about winning is take no chance of losing. So I don't tell anybody. So they've already built a norm of saying, nah, it don't matter if you're my homeboy, my brother. Nah, I don't cheat. No, why would I say that? Who would do that? But I'm telling you, I've been in my field long enough to know that married people are screwing other married people.
I agree.
And they not swinging.
No,
it's
no,
not
no, no.
But you know why they do other married
They're
people?
Cheating.
To lower the risk.
To lower the risk of losing what
We
you
both
have.
got something to lose
Exactly,
if
to
it
lower
get
the
out.
risk. But hold on, but this is the thing.
And that don't sound fire.
No, but that
That's our point, though.
But you know what that does?
That's the risk assessment.
But that contradicts the point that motherfuckers just out here throwing it to the wind and cheating because I'm cheating with this person
We both
that
got
has
something to
just
lose.
as much to lose as I. So the fact of the odds, it happens, but the odds of her coming to my girl as a woman and all of that other shit are slimmer than me just fucking some random chick that may be single.
Ish, I hear you, but let me tell you something. If I'm your wife and you come in this house and you tell me, baby, listen, yes, I cheated on you, but let me explain to you, sweetheart, let me explain to you, beautiful, that I assessed for risk before I cheated on you. I thought about everything and calculated all of this. And when I did the math, it added up that there's a bigger probability that I won't get caught. You think I'm going to look at you and say,
Nobody
baby,
wanna do
thank
that,
you.
Cheyenne.
But what I'm saying is that means that when you take the act of cheating, you are already saying loud and clear, I don't give a fuck about getting caught, and I don't care about losing you.
We could agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Because I think the people in this room will disagree with you.
That's fine. I don't care
disagree.
about the people. What I'm saying is, how can you tell me that you stepped out on me but you cared about getting caught. And that means you cared about my heartbreak. You cared about my dismantle. That is bullshit. You can't do those two can't coexist. Ish, how can I tell you I'm in love with you, I'm committed to you, but I just had sex with your homeboy? How can that coexist?
See, and that's why y'all shouldn't cheat.
Let me wait. You know what you just did?
We take it too far.
You took it to another level. You took it to another level. You could say to your dude, yo, I was in New York City, and if you get caught, I was in New York City, and I slipped, whatever.
I slipped. You know what? Yeah.
Can we move on?
Doc, I got a question for you. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No.
I'm just not going to be here long.
No, I was saying. Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
In relationships, you said you don't cheat.
I don't.
What is your big relationship flaw?
You know what? I think I love that. I can't say, but collectively from the men I've been in relationship with, it's been that I will leave. And I've had every single man, even both my fiancés, say, I don't care if you get mad, I don't care if you go off, I don't care what you do, and I'm even go a step further, and y'all could, feel how you feel about it. I've even had, men say, I don't even care if you step out. All I'm asking is that you don't leave me. Because see, my flaw, using your term, is that the abandoned little girl in me can sabotage the shit out of this. If I even feel
that you're gonna leave,
not even cheat. Because cheating's a non-negotiable, period. But if I feel that you even have a 1% chance of thinking you can leave because of anything, guess what?
I'm gonna get out of here first.
Baby, you ain't got to worry about leaving me. I'll make it easy for you. I'll let you go. What makes it easy for me is, you got to remember, abandonment people have been detached most of our life. So I'm the oldest of 7. I didn't have nobody in front of me. I experienced abandonment. So if I leave you, you think that my backbone ain't vertical enough to be all right? Because you gotta understand, abandonment means somebody who's supposed to have not dropped you, dropped you. So you think that me getting through being dropped,
and you survived it. Come
on now, is gonna be any comparison to me walking away from you? And let me go one step further, and I'm gonna tag you in. And I say this with all humility, but reality. I'm gorgeous. I have a nice body. I'm educated. Hold on, I'm in demand. Men want me. Women want me. I can walk in any room. I dominate. I'm vertical in who I am. I ain't got daddy issues. I had a father in my life. I'm book and street smart. So what I'm saying is, I understand my value. If I leave you, it ain't hard to get something at least at your level or better. And I'm not saying that is an arrogance that people should bring into a relationship. I'm giving the reality of how certain people who stand on their score and know their value think. But what I have done is worked hard on it so that when I'm in a relationship with you, I checkmate that part of me. I have an internal dialogue with that part of me. I have learned to regulate that part of me so that I don't make you feel always on eggshells and unsafe, like you can't be with me and be vulnerable, and that I'm gonna leave you. Because I had to work on saying, baby, I have an issue with you right now, but I'm not leaving you. That's just this. I gotta process some things. Because I understand how I move.
It sounds like a lot of the same things that a cheater says.
Go ahead. Unpack that. What do you mean? I thought you would go ahead.
No, I just want to know because
I want you to unpack. That's good.
It differs in every relationship. What constitutes cheating to you?
I love that. So I'm biblical, right? And so my thing is, the Bible says only 2 reasons that are permissible for divorce, and I'm just going off commitment. It says unfaithfulness and infidelity. Infidelity is obviously sexual. Unfaithfulness means, what did I commit to you? Am I unfaithful to my commitment to you? So it's an agreement between you and I only, not him, not your homeboy when you go to lunch and say, my wife does this. I don't give a fuck what he said. What did I tell you I would do? What did I tell you? Now, am I keeping that commitment, baby? If I am, then we good. He needs to shut up, or she needs to shut up. That's how relationships end up having issues, because I'm sitting with my girls explaining to them what we're going through, but she got a different commitment with her husband than I got with you.
Sure enough.
And what if what we got going is working?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
And
damn.
I wanted
the box.
My bad.
Mark got some shit.
Well, no, I was just saying that the whole
he called me a cheater. Go ahead, baby.
No, I'm not calling you a cheater. I'm just saying the mentality of I'm this catch and I can get whatever I want, but so I can abandon. It's kind of the same mentality I think that a lot of cheaters have of why they cheat.
I love that. So I didn't say because of that gives me the permission or the hall pass to abandon. I'm saying that when I abandon, I know those values. So
It
it
feeds
doesn't
it.
make it. It feeds it.
It feeds it.
Cheaters think the same shit.
Yes,
No,
it feeds it.
It feeds it. So this is why I said that I have learned, right, through a lot of work, a lot of prayer, a lot of wise counsel, a lot of therapy, how to manage that. Because when I get into that, bigness of, man, I can leave, right? When I start to swell, guess what? That is my defense mechanism coming in.
Sure.
That is me saying, I don't feel safe here. So I didn't know that as a young woman. I didn't know that my first time engaged, that when I swell up and I wanted him to know that I could leave with a heartbeat, that I was just in my defense mechanism. Now I know how to say to somebody, baby, look, like I'm scared of shit. You didn't call last night like you usually do, and I know you were at home because maybe I drove by and was toxic and seen your car, right? But I'm scared. You freaked me out. So I don't want to leave you. And I just want to be vulnerable and say, when you do that, if it makes me feel like I want to detach, but I don't. I love you.
Transparency.
So help me work through this. And as a man who loves me, because I'm only going to choose a man who can facilitate me. If he is a pint and I'm a gallon, then he can't facilitate me. It's my responsibility not to choose him, but I'm going to choose my gallon and say, baby, help walk me through this. And I'm expecting him to say, all right, well, what works for you next time? Or, you got a key, you could have just came over, or whatever that looks like, so that he can create a safe space for me, but I can also let him know when I have an issue, baby, I'm coming to you. Because you are with an abandoned little girl who is now a woman, and that little girl's going to show up. And I love you enough to make sure you help me suppress her, to regulate her.
Joey.
And you haven't found a man yet that makes you deliver all that.
Feel
Like,
secure
not
enough
like-
to stay.
Yeah.
So it's not that I haven't found someone to make me feel secure enough, because I've been engaged twice, and those men were both men who there was no infidelity.
But
That's
you
not why
ran
I
from
left.
them.
Well, I didn't run. They were men in hindsight that I know was really good for the season of where I was in my trauma, my healing journey. So what happens is a lot of people will marry
Doug,
or have kids.
this don't sound
No,
no better than cheating.
that was a fly way
Doug is
of not
good.
taking accountability
No.
of you were the problem.
No, I don't have a problem with taking accountability. I wasn't a problem, but they definitely were not a problem. Nobody was cheating. There was nothing that was going on. It was literally me saying that this has ran its course. See, there's two different people. There's people who have enough insight to know when we have grown apart and it's ran its course. And then there's another set of people who just stay too damn long, who say, I'm going to marry you, have a baby with you. Now I've made permanent decisions. And now when I pull the cord 20 years later or 15 years later, now we got kids and a broken family and a broken house when I knew that before I married you.
I think that's a
Doc,
different
you
statement,
are
though.
a fucking assassin
Yo.
and a stone cold
Nigga.
heartbreaker. That's what it sounds like. You are a heartbreaker.
It's like a nigga.
And the funny part, I was going to get to this. You make generalizations a lot, right? As we all do.
I try not to, but if you say I do, that's cool. I try not to.
We all do, right? And a lot of times, our perspective is based on us. So the niggas in here can say, yo, I represent this, and this. These are all qualities and attributes that the average woman is looking for. So now that gives me a value outside. But when we are assessing these other people's relationships, everybody not as pretty as you, body ain't as nice as you, make as much money as you, educated as you, and all of these other things. So they don't necessarily have as many options as you have. But we'll judge them for staying in these relationships when they can't just pack up their shit because they don't make enough money. I seen your pool. Nigga, they don't make enough money to go do what you doing outside. So they have to stay put based on circumstance, not based on options and choices.
Where y'all seen a pool on Instagram? It's nice.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yo, can I ask?
Does that make sense?
No, Ish, you're 100% on point. You're right. Yeah,
Ish, can I
get that to you? Yeah.
I think the problem that I have, and I started by saying I don't like to speak in generals.
Yep.
And I think
I try not to.
Maybe sometimes my problem might be, not my problem, but the thing is I'll lean into there are a lot of exceptions for things. I also think that we get comfortable speaking, we go lean into the money aspect of stuff and all this other stuff. When a lot of people who are viewing this or living life aren't even looking for this type of life that we be talking
at
about.
all.
They're not looking to have the millions of dollars or move in this way. They're just looking to find someone that they're happy with and they can be in love with, right? So we when you're giving counsel or when you're speaking on national broadcast and you're saying things, do you ever take the time to consider that some of the values and things that you're speaking about aren't even the things that normal day-to-day people are even looking for? Or is there no way to kind of consider the standouts? Yeah. I'm sorry.
So I deem myself to have been a normal little girl growing up in the inner city. So Why did you smack? I wasn't
clunk you with this.
I wasn't normal.
You've looked how you look your whole entire life.
Okay, so
there's a pretty privilege that comes along with every attractive person that we got. We're not normal.
The whole look thing. But what I'm saying is, when I say normal, I mean like, you know, I went from the hood to the hills. So
pretty
when I say that,
women though, from
hold on, are you from
my
the
age?
hood-ish?
The bottom, yeah.
So I'm confused because the most prettiest, baddest woman I've ever seen been them chicks who are in the hood, in the inner city. I don't know what you.
That's what I'm saying.
No, them women are
I'm saying no. I said that.
And it don't matter if they Latina, Dominican, Black. Them women are Puerto Rican. They gorgeous in the hood.
In that they had a privilege.
Yes,
the bad chicks
in
my hood.
But some of those women who have that pretty girl privilege ain't made it out the pretty girl hood.
That's true.
What I'm saying is, I deem myself as have been the normal pretty hood girl who just was tenacious and determined enough to figure things out. So when I am speaking, I am representing all women, but the group of women who are saying, you know what? I'm beautiful, I'm pretty, I'm cute, and I'm still in the hood, or I'm still in a place that I don't want to be in. Doc was me at some point. There are tools and things that she did. If I turn my ear to hearing her recipe and I apply the same thing, then the result got to be somewhere close. If I shoot for the stars, I got to fall upon the moon. So I'm speaking to a demographic of women who say, "No, I want better." And if Doc can do it from being a product of teenage parents, me and my parents are 16 years apart, teenage parents, a product of a dad who sold the drugs that her mama was addicted to. Mom is now sober, thank God, and my father passed away 2 years ago, but turned to a family man. And she was the oldest of 7 with no guidance or nothing, and she was able to take her pretty little self and do something and make herself more than just a bad, beautiful hood girl. Then why is any other woman outside of me different? I believe like the Bible says, listen, few are called, right? But only, it says many are called, but few answer. But few answer. Few are chosen, meaning few answer. What the Bible is saying is that many are called. All of us are called. But only the ones who say, "Hello, God, I'm here,"
will pick up and answer that call.
will be the one who are chosen. So what that says is that we make ourselves chosen. That's all. Hold on. We make ourselves chosen by making sure that we are being tapped in, tuned in, and plugged in to things and people who are in places and rooms that we want to be in.
Doc, it's good to see you. I got to run get my kids.
No, Mark. Okay.
Yeah, Mark.
I'm agreeing with you, right? But I think it's.
But why are they different? That's what I want to know. Why? I'm not just want to know why is.
This is about to be
different?
personal. This is about to be personal. You got children?
I have none. No.
So hear me out.
Yeah.
Because you don't have children, some of your options are way more vast than somebody that may have children. Because as a parent now, some of your decision making is based on the well-being of your children. So you,
absolutely.
like me, or like all of us, actually we all come from inner city, bad, fucked up environments. And for relatively, most of us are successful in doing their thing. So I can look at somebody and say, "Yo, dog, if this sounds like some Republican shit, like if I did it, you could do it." And that is true in theory. But what I might have had to face and my adversity that I had to face is different from theirs. So it's almost an unfair thing for me to put on somebody sometimes, especially people that are up there in age. You talking about yourself from Compton, right?
No, I'm from LA.
At a young age, right?
LA.
I'm talking about a woman that might be 30 that wants to leave but may not have all of the necessary resources at her disposal to just be out. Like, I'm out of here. Fuck that. I know something better. And a lot of times, because we are from these fucked up environments, our self-worth is damaged. So people don't even shoot for the stars because they don't believe that they could get to the stars. They don't even believe that they're worthy of getting to space. Right. You get what I'm saying? Right. And so when we look at these people sometimes and we impose this judgment, not in a bad way,
I got you.
just observation, it kind of be unfair.
So it's not a judgment. And because
I said observation. I ain't want to say judgment.
Because of what you said, because you're absolutely correct. That is why every single person who has made it, in my opinion, has a responsibility to go back. I don't care if go back is this pod. Could be a way of going back and providing a resource, a tool. I went back to Harlem, East Harlem last night, and went into the projects with my Rolex and spoke to these to women who needed to be inspired. And they were all ages. So it is my duty. And I'm gonna say y'all duty, all of our duty, okay, to go back, because ain't nobody gonna privilege us if we don't. And go back and say, listen, I was you. The fact that I got a platform, I got 4 million plus people. I'm on a nationwide tour. My brand is global. Listen, I don't want none of this shit if I don't use my platform to
help
tell
others.
another woman who's in the hood, I don't care if she's 45 in the hood, 70 in the hood, or she's 5 years old, how to do it and what it looks like. And if I can be the poster child for it, then that's just what it's going to be.
I agree.
Everything I say is to impose value, it's to install hope. The Bible says hope deferred makes the heart sick. You got sick people in the hood just because they don't have hope. Hope is free. But let me tell you what it'll do. But hope will change. Hope will take your entire life if you don't have it. People have mental illness because they lack hope. Depression is just a lack of hope. That's all depression. Depression means it went dark. So I turn the lights off because I have no hope. I don't want to see nothing in here because everything in here doesn't reflect anything that makes me happy, brings me joy, makes me feel valuable. That's what depression is.
Or make me think that my circumstances can change.
Come on now. So if I could be the hope advocate, if I can be what they got to look at or listen to get hope, if my backbone, my verticalness, my confidence tells a woman, you know what? It took me 30 years being with this dude, 20 years of being abused, but today I listened to that one Dr. Bryant video, and today's the day that I realize I'm that motherfucker. Today's the day I'm going to stand on my square. Today's the day you won't put your hands on me. Today's the day I'm going to get up and pack up, and me and these kids going to have to figure out how to do it. Then I want to be that for her. If it take one, then I did my job because my obedience is to God, ain't to y'all, none of these people. And when I made a commitment to God as a little girl, when I said, look, if I get out the hood and I do something with myself, I commit to always making sure I take care of your people. His people are the people who come from where we come from. It's the inner city. It's the ones who struggle. It's the ones who have no hope. So when I stand on the stage, I'm not afraid to make a mistake. The only thing I want to make sure I do is serve God and respect the people who help me become who I am. And those are the people who are in the inner city. I'm a product of street parents.
Doc, can I actually?
Period. And I'm proud about it. And I want people to know who came from where we came from. Dude, it's everything to be proud of. I'm more proud about being a hood girl than I am about being a doctor. Are you serious? Like, there's no way. That's what makes me.
Can I actually? Because Dr. Sarah was here recently, and a lot of times when I hear you or her or anybody else speak, y'all speak very strongly, and a lot of it is supported with your faith in God and the Word from the Bible and all that, right?
Just don't leave now.
he got a little nigga in the bathroom. Forget, you got pee?
How much?
I know.
How much do you coincide your faith, and how much does it spill over into whatever word you do give to someone in trying to counsel them? Because let's just say the person that you're speaking to does not connect with the word from the Bible. How do you try to find a way to penetrate? Because when you say that, I'll be honest, I believe in God.
That's okay.
But I don't believe in religions.
That's okay.
And I also I think the Bible has great messages in there, but I do also think that.
Say it.
I think they're just messages written by man that we should be able to take from and apply to our lives. But if another person who does not believe in it at all, they'll be turned off by anything you say.
Right, and I love that you said that because in session I say, are you a believer? Do you believe in God? Is it okay? And it's been very rarely that someone says, no, I don't believe in God. But I have had folks, men and women, who come in and are like, nah, doc, like, I'm cool on that whole God stuff. God ain't popped up. God ain't showed up. So then I just use principles. That's it. Because this is the thing. My belief only is that God is omnipresent, the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning, the end, the in-between for me. So it don't matter if we call him God, if we call him
anything,
Live Your Promise, the book, if I call him Joe Budden's podcast, if I call him your name. God is just something that, in my experience of God, that is everything that you experience. It's in everything that you do. It's all the things that work for you, the things you think ain't working for you because everything's working for you. So even let me say this, if a person has to use the word God to penetrate you, heal you, to get a principle to you, then I don't really think that is God. I think that may be them using God as a way to manipulate. I think that when you know that God is omnipresent and you really stand in your God verticalness, you understand that just me speaking right now is God. I don't have to project my God onto you. My intention is to help you get to where you want to be. And I tell people in session, I say, listen, I'm just here to love you, have your back, and help you get where you want to be, not where I want you to be. And if you can see how many people just off that first initial sentence that I say go, damn, Like, this is cool. Because I'm just here I just want to love you, help you get to where you want to go. Like, it don't matter if you call it God, what Buddha, it don't matter.
Yeah.
But can it work for you? That's all I'm here for. So I would in a session with you, I just wouldn't use the word God. But you'll be still getting God's love from me.
I see how you get him.
I'm listening.
I see how you get him.
Welcome to the show, baby.
I just see how you get them, man. I'm listening. Don't call me baby. I get a little nervous. But I see that. I see how you get. You're real good.
Tell me how.
You just neutralized him. Look.
No, you neutralized me.
He melted. Look at him.
See, here you go.
Like I'm listening, and I'm like, yo, do you drop all the Bible shit like on a first date?
Yeah.
Too? Like she got Bible
She
quotes
got them
for
in her
days.
brain.
Moses went to Lazarus and had
Off the
like
Anon.
she don't play with that shit. Like on a first date, would you do some of that?
On the first day, I'm like, listen, God said, few are chosen. Did you answer the call? Did you? No. But I mean, on myself, I think that, here I go, y'all, God is all in me. But this is what I find, that when we are not ourselves, I'm telling you, y'all, we miss our blessing. That's the truth. It's like God has created y'all to be who you are, so that whatever he got attached to you in your name can find you. And when we waver from that, it doesn't work.
You using all his G-Mac on the day.
Now
he right. He right.
It's the you got the swag. Girl, please. All right, Doc. We got you.
Because you know your power.
You know your power.
You know your power.
You got power. You master the art of conversation. You master the art of bringing in things and relatability, and you use the quotes from the Bible, and you know what you're doing, man. I can see how
it's not cap.
I don't think it's cap neither.
None of those cap, but I do think you know your power.
I just feel like you figured it out,
and you know when to inflict it at will.
I watch you do it. I watch you do it at Invest Fest.
That's peace. Look at it. Give a fuck.
She know. She know you right.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Yes.
But can I ask you a question? Could it not be that I've mastered myself?
That's the same shit I be telling them, and they won't never.
No, we don't know.
I don't say that.
No. You
But I'm
know.
just saying. But that's a real question, right?
Of course.
Why is it that when somebody has a presence and they have found them, right, that it can't just be that they mastered who they are? Like, if you walk in the room and you are just vertical in the man that you are, that would be so attractive to me, because I look at it as self-mastery.
He's not.
I'm sure. I look at it as self-mastery, right? Does that make sense? But I understand how it can look like, I guess I have tapped into my superpowers and I just know when to use it and fling it in Spider-Man and Spider-Woman. But it's really just me having enough awareness of the woman that I am.
Speaking for me and only me, why I'm gonna agree with them on the superpower tip, or what I'm gonna say is confirming that for me, is I don't believe you want a dude at all. I don't believe, at least not in this current phase of what God is
This
doing.
season of her life, as she said.
Yeah, not this season, not right now.
Why do you think?
Why? That's good. I think that's great. Why?
Because in listening to you, like you said, you're a realist. So if you want to run or get out of there, you'll express that rather than being sneaky and moving covertly. You'll just say it. So in that and listening to you, it just sounds like you're aware of a lot of motion going on right now. So it sounds like it's a lot going on and you don't feel like, it don't seem like you are going to explain that to anybody. It seemed like you just about to move on your own time, and that's that. You're not stopping the flow for somebody. And if you was a runner before, then yeah, what does that guy look like now that makes you comfortable and trust him and divulge in him and for him to lead and forget you out of your, like I seen you tough out. You all this tough shit.
Yeah.
You tough. I get it.
But maybe
in there though.
Maybe she wants
in there. Yeah, you know what's
she
in
probably
there.
don't want a man, but maybe if a man comes that's on the same wavelength as her, and
I'm saying I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I think there's somebody else.
Oh no, I'm not saying that she'll never
Okay.
find somebody. Look at the woman, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Thank you.
Mr. Perfect could come in right in this season and be Mr. Perfect and present that way.
Bad timing.
Yeah, not right now, dog.
Not right now.
A lot of what he said is right. The latter part is the most rightness of what you said, in the sense of what kind of man will come in and be able to, keep the peace, facilitate me, not my intellect, but facilitate, like you said, my emotions, my heart space, where I'm safe, and be able to sustain that, is what I kind of heard you say.
Yeah.
That part, 100% correct, right? That would be when I say that's the husband. The part I don't agree with, or that's not correct, I should say, is that I'm not willing to explain myself to that man. Now, am I going to explain myself to a man? No, I got shit to do. Will I explain myself to that man that I chose, who I'm saying, hold on, all right, Boaz, I'm Ruth, I've been gleaning. I want you to continue to find me, seek me, the Bible. He who finds, not me finding you. So yeah, you found me, I want you to continue. Yes, I will then explain whatever. I'm extremely submissive to who I'm choosing. I'm extremely, Daddy, what do you need? I'm extremely, well, explain to me what you need to feel more comfortable. Well, I'm on tour. Do you need to travel with me?
Let me ask a
or
question.
do I need to, in between tour, make a stop to where you are? How can we make this happen? I have no problem with that. Tell me what I need to do so that our lives can cleave and we can become conducive for one another. So for me, I am very hybridness, but I don't have a gray area. So you're correct with that. But my hybridness is the alpha in the boardroom, the alpha on interviews, the alpha when I'm working, but completely submissive when I'm with you. I want to nest in you. I'm not choosing a man I'm in a boardroom with. I do that all day. I know I'm muscle, so I don't need to get with you to prove I'm muscle. And by the time you meet me, you know I'm muscle too. So I want to nest in you. If I can't nest in tuck, and I can just not think.
Oh, you're a cuddler.
Yeah, I'm a love bug. And I can just say, yes, Daddy, or what time, or where are we going, or if that works, or even to the point where I've said this before too on other pods. My ex-fiance didn't like me dressing very sexy, right? And I like to dress sexy, single or in a relationship. There's just moments I like to show cleavage and show off my little cute little shape and stuff. He didn't like it. So I would change. If he said that's too much, there wasn't no back and forth, no lip. This is who I chose. He doesn't like it. It's crossing a boundary for him. So I would say, okay, Daddy, well, what do you want me to wear? And I would put something else on, come out the room and say, baby, is this good? And if he said, yeah, we roll. And if he said no, then we change. That's submitting. And let me say something. When a woman is really muscle and she really is vertical in who she is, we can't wait to submit to one of y'all. It's just women who have insecurity, who have to stay in their alpha with the man because she's trying to prove to you that her masculine could outdo yours. But that's unequally yoked. What is the point of that? And I had to tell a client one time, she said, oh, the guys I'm dating be trying to compete with me. And I said, well, I say this with all due respect, but you have a lot of masculine energy. Although you're gorgeous and feminine and soft, I want to offer that it's the opposite. That your masculine energy is competing with theirs, and you don't even fucking realize it.
Sure enough.
And she said, Doc, I ain't never thought of it like that. I said, I know. Because this is why all these alpha men that you are going to dinner or dates with, you're saying they're not competing with you, baby. Your masculine is just dominating, and these men are not feminine men. So your masculine can't pull them into a feminine energy.
Yeah, today I call that, when I'm speaking to people, women like to bounce between being a traditional and a modern woman.
Convenient.
Yeah, like you can't. Are you both? Or are you hybrid? Like, explain it to me. But that was well worded what you just said.
Question for you, because I walked in on the middle of the
I
conversation.
know you left me. I'm upset.
I'm
I got
sorry.
a problem
It won't
now.
happen
Look,
again. Yo,
neutralize him again.
Back again.
When,
Look, nigga, face red, boy, lollipop. Shorty wanna thug.
yo, so when you said you won't explain to a man until you get to where he's your man.
Well, like if me and you are having a phone conversation and we just met and you're attempting to pursue me and you have questions and I have interest, I'm definitely going to explain things to you.
Got
Yes,
you. Okay.
Absolutely.
That was-
and
all right.
if as we continue to grow, I would just explain whatever you need me to.
That was my answer right there, because
Yeah.
because a lot of times when you meet women, oftentimes they'll be like, "Yo, until you're my man,
no.
then I'll do X, right? But I'm not doing X until you're my man." You don't get to be that nigga's man if you're not doing X in that middle period. Because the dope niggas, and we know dope niggas, they not tolerating all of that shit of you not doing it until you my girl. You not going to get to be my girl because you don't even exemplify what it's going to take to even be my girl.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And so I hear
agree.
women say it a lot of times like, yo, I'm not... trusting no man or submitting to no man if he not my man or my husband. You don't get to, I don't even know you could do that until, you know what I'm saying? You got to show that you are capable of doing that prior to becoming my girlfriend or my wife.
So,
and a lot of times they
you're
don't do
right.
that.
There's levels to submission. So I'm submissive the first moment that I notice I like you.
Yeah, got you.
And you like me. So I'm already submissive. That means that at that point, there may be a certain shoulder type of touch. There may be, hey, are you thirsty? I'm going to the bathroom. Did you need me to grab something on my way back? Did you need a straw? If we're at dinner and I notice you asked for another drink, I'm going to make sure, hey, excuse me, he needs. You know, I'm going to make sure you good.
You into that?
You into that ish?
You into what?
He don't
What
drink.
you saying? You like that style?
He doesn't use straws.
Yeah, take a
Right,
sip.
but
Nigga drunk of water. Yeah, you thirsty, boy? I'll be thirsty too, boy. Sahara Desert. She got this nigga burning.
But I'm saying, and, you know, but y'all,
Yo, let me tell you who I am.
There you go.
Y'all gonna stop playing with me for comedy purposes, nigga. I do this.
Yeah,
I ain't new here,
Back you
nigga.
down,
I ain't new to this. I'm
Yeah.
used to this,
You
nigga.
took my
And true
gun?
to this, nigga. Fuck is you talking
Your
about?
man,
I'm
ice
50,
cream,
nigga. I've been
dog.
off the porch since I was 13.
Got you.
Ain't
nigga.
nobody could twist me up, nigga.
Got you,
nigga.
Unless
Okay.
I want to be twisted.
Subjective. Twist
Can I
looks
ask
differently.
you mentioned the part about just how you like to showcase yourself and how you like to. Nigga, shut up.
what you mean showcase?
How you like to dress? And you,
Oh, yeah. Okay, I don't like showcase.
There was
but I got you.
a big
Yeah,
thing.
don't use the word, though.
Shut up,
Don't
nigga.
say showcase,
Shut
bro.
up. There's a big
Play
thing.
well.
There was a big thing about how you dressed up for the Jeezy concert, right? A lot of pushback.
What was your thoughts on that, Joe?
That was who.
She look good, nigga.
What was your thoughts on that? How it was received and what people had to say about it?
Well, there's a couple thoughts. One, I was Jeezy's guest, and he obviously had no issue with it, right? He didn't comment. He, you know, obviously thought I
Zero
looked-
issue. Fresh out the
Right.
divorce too. Yeah, big Jeezy.
Fresh out the divorce in my bag.
Guess who's the
Bizak?
Got away from that genie name.
So
She
damn
got turn that on.
Yeah, got
Guess
away from
who's
that ex.
Because
Had
I'm
to
a
turn the
start off
TV
so
on.
slow.
Y'all so damn
So
messy.
stupid,
Y'all so
dog.
damn
You looked. I
messy.
thought you looked amazing.
Listen,
I think it's
but-
did too.
and this the other thing, right? Yes, it was a black tie affair. But Jeezy's rapping about trapping and dope dealing and hood stuff. So I mean, it wasn't like I was at an opera
You was on your
or
trap
a
queen
Sunday
shit.
a gospel. I mean, I'm at a gospel concert. You know, so it was for me. I had a tail behind my little lace, and it was black tie for me. And again, remember, like Doc rolls how I want to roll. I'm not here to be validated by anybody. I liked my outfit. I liked it. Even when I got downstairs in Vegas, I looked and I told my best friend, I said, girl, I was like, I don't know.
This is validating.
I don't know if this is gonna be black tie. And then I looked again, I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm rolling with what I want to wear.
All right, but that's different though.
Yeah.
Like, because you acknowledging that's not black tie. You just saying I wanted to do this anyway. That's cool.
She said the tail was her version of black tie, Freeze.
Yeah, that's what I did say. But
I understand you, but that's
Yeah.
we know what black. Like, would you wear that to a wedding? To if it's a black, would you wear that to the Oscars?
That's why I said I wouldn't wear it to a wedding. I wouldn't wear it to a gospel concert. Would I wear it to the Oscars? Maybe the Grammys, Emmys, BET. The Oscars may not let me in with that, but I mean, yeah, I might wear something real sexy. Like I would wear that with standing next to my husband if he was okay with it.
Okay.
Right, so I didn't wear that to get attention. I wore it because I thought I looked damn good in it, and I liked it.
Because she is the
We
attention.
all
I liked
agreed.
it.
It was
Yeah,
heat.
for me, I'm saying I liked it. Meaning I didn't do it because I needed anyone to say, "Hey," and I didn't know it was going to go viral like that. I just thought, okay, I like it.
I was talking all the shit in the world.
What did you say?
Oh my
Yeah,
lord.
yeah.
Oh my lord.
You weren't talking.
You want
talking about what was
refreshers?
under it, right? More than
I
anything.
was talking all the shit about her decision making that night.
What'd you say?
We started having the conversation of should certain professions appear out in public
love
a
that.
certain way.
I love that.
And
Oh yes, I remember that.
yeah.
You said you saw your lawyer in the club.
You
one
said
night,
your
you was like,
lawyer.
yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
got it.
Go ahead.
I
Yeah.
gave an example of many years ago being in a nightclub and seeing my entertainment lawyer in there 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, cool. I'm getting rid of him the next day. That's not somewhere that I want to see that me.
Well, he was in a strip club, you said?
No, it was a regular nightclub.
Oh, a nightclub?
Just a regular nightclub 25 years ago where he was representing me, and now it's 2 a.m, everybody's shit-faced, and you bumping into your entertainment lawyer for me, and I might have been on an island with that. I don't want to see that. So because you're talking to women,
And men.
and men, but your message, right? Because of your message, for us to see you in the black lace with the green underneath, yeah, I ain't know,
So
dog.
let me ask
I
you
don't
this,
know,
Joe.
dog.
Let me ask you this. So as a
Bodying.
So let me
You
ask
know what
you-
the fuck
Thank
was
you.
going on over there.
Yeah, right. But let me ask you this, all y'all, but you, Joe, in particular. So as a professional, high-level professional woman, I have to live by the ideology of what my clients and what my fan base feels. So I have to live in dogma. I don't get an opportunity to be exactly who I am. I don't get an opportunity to have a day off. I don't get an opportunity to say, listen, I'm Dr. Bryant 90% of the time on stage, in session, on the pod, on social media. So I have to stay in my CB estate, in my resort-style home, and be Cheyenne there. I can't come out of you guys' box. I have to live in dogma. And let me be the one that deals with my imbalance by living in dogma so that I can appease all of y'all who had an issue with it because I'm a professional. That's a question.
If you're asking me, that is exactly what I'm saying. But not for you to be in a box and not for you to appease anybody else. I think
But that's not a box?
But listen to me. I think with your newfound success and your newfound level of fame, unfortunately, yeah, that's the life we chose. You can go do all of those things to feed self. You just can't do it like the next chick.
I think it's also different because you did post it on social media, no?
I posted it, yep.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with what you were wearing, by the way.
Yep.
But like you said, that you got to be Dr. Cheyenne Bryant on social media, on the pod, on so on and so forth. But then this kind of infiltrated that because you posted it.
Well,
that's the only point I was speaking
no,
to.
I got
I'm
you.
completely fine.
I like when you talk because you always come with the white privilege, very different perspective. So I like it. No, see, I wasn't saying that to poke. I like it, Ish, because he comes with a different perspective.
Who says that?
Me. It's the truth. He comes with a different perspective.
Was it with white privilege?
Yeah.
White privilege
Yo,
perspective.
Where's the privilege part? Hey, don't gang up on her, yo.
Yeah, she got it.
I'm trying to ask you.
Hey,
Hey, yo, cream and cream. Cream and cream, nigga. Hey, yo, cream and cream.
No cream and white. Nigga,
If
we
you wanna
open,
ask
nigga.
me,
What the
I'll
fuck?
clear it up.
Yeah, I want to understand why would it be dignified as white privilege? Like, that's it.
I don't care about that part. I
I'm
care
gonna- I
about
wanna
the
answer.
question.
He doesn't care about it.
If you don't care, then fuck that.
So the reason why I said that was because white privilege is exactly not knowing that your perspective is standing on a certain level of,
You don't have to be judged in that way.
Privilege.
a certain, not prejudiceness.
I said privilege.
Oh, okay, privilege. Yes, privilege of you shouldn't have done that. However, you posted it, and I have no problem with that. But I'm just saying, but you posted it, and what you're really saying is that you're similar to like the cheaters. So when I say white privilege is they put things out there, right, to feed a message. But then they pull back as though that's not the message that they're delivering. That is the privilege of manipulation. So can we get back to his comment? That's how I see it. But it wasn't a pun intended like I don't like him. I was just saying that's what happens when you come from a perspective of privilege. Just like you guys are saying my superpower that I use, right? Mm-hmm. That is direct reflection of how I'm saying he's using, when I say white privilege, is that's his superpower of the white privilege in the way he can say things, knowing he's teeing it up to say, you're speaking like a cheater, or hold on, that outfit was a little inappropriate because you're a professional. But
I don't think it was inappropriate.
No, I got it. But you're the one that posted it. But you're the one that posted it.
Because you said
yes
on social media, I have to be Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I'm only speaking to that. That has nothing to do with my white privilege, which I'm aware of.
I got
but
you.
carry on.
I got you. Yeah. Are you offended?
No, not at all.
If you are, let's unpack it.
I'm not offended.
Okay.
I just think it's irrelevant to the question, but carry on.
I just want to make sure. Okay. If you are offended, just like he did it again. I said, hold on, wait, baby. I said, you want to unpack it? Guess what he said? Hold on, because he said, no, I'm not offended by it, but I do think it's irrelevant to the question. That means you were offended by it.
I'm not. Okay.
Can we move on?
Please.
Okay, so to answer your question, I posted it, but that's not the first time that I posted something that's revealing. I post bikini shots. I post things on my story when I'm in my backyard in my pool. I post things when I'm on my yacht. I post a lot of different things. I just do it in sprinkles. I don't do it all the time because I'm not an influencer, right? I'm a doctor of psychology. But I do it on purpose because, one, that's the reality of who I am. And I want my clients and people who hire me and book me to be hiring me for me. And also, I'm not going to live in dogma. So I don't care who doesn't like my opinion. I don't care who doesn't like the way I dress. What I want to attract are my people, my audience. Because in my audience and in my people and in my space, I could be free. And a woman like me, I thrive in freedom. I don't thrive in incarceration. So I will never be imprisoned or incarceration to anyone's thoughts. So what I do is I actually show exactly who I am so that I can attract those who
people
are
that you
conducive
need.
and compatible
Yeah.
to me. Because I don't want to have a filter.
I don't think you should have to.
Yeah, like even like with you, right? What I said. And if you were offended, I want to say that I apologize.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't offended.
Because I feel like the passive aggressiveness said that you were. So
he got
I'm
thick
okay
white
with that.
skin. He
But
good.
let me say this though. Let me say this. Hold on, let me say this. Because let's say you and
He
I
got the old milk skin.
let's say
He
you and I
good.
have a
my
friendship,
man.
right? Let's say we have a friendship and we go to eat and do our thing. I want to be free to say that white privilege shit, and you laugh it off and don't personalize it. I don't want to be, not that you weren't, but I don't want to be in a presence, or I'm not going to create a brand or create a false narrative about myself. And then when I go places, I have to carry my mask everywhere I
agree
go.
with that.
I'm
I
not
agree.
doing that. That's why when people get me on their pods, or they get me to speak, or I'm speaking at the corporate events, or speaking in church, or I'm on tonight's conversation, one thing they can say for sure, Doc is Doc. You're going to get me. You're not going to get anything that's fake.
You don't claim none of the influencer title at all. You don't look at.
I'm not an influencer. I mean, I have influence,
How
but I'm
are
not
you
an
not?
influencer.
How are you not an influencer?
Well, because I'm not on social media to influence people to either buy into something I'm selling, like a brand that has to do with me. I'm actually selling a service that has nothing to do with influence. So the service I'm selling, right, would be a session, or tips and tools, or mental health effectiveness, or psychological tools that can help you, that even if I put it in a book, you can read it and have it on your own. You don't need to see me as a direct influence
Got it.
for you to buy into me. So if I posted just quotes every day about my tips and tools, and only clips of me being on pods, right? I would still be just as successful. I'm not successful because of, my bikini shot or my Jeezy outfit. That's not why people come. Does it spike my algorithm? Yeah.
You could
But
be
that's it.
influential without being an
Yeah,
influencer.
an influencer is somebody that affects how people think and how they feel about it. You're influencing people. So even if that's not your intent, that's something that you still do, and they can put you in that influencer box.
Oh yeah, if they put me in that, it won't.
But you saying that you
bother
don't
me.
identify with that.
I feel like influencer means you like sell products.
Yeah, like
on
you're
social
pushing,
media.
you're pushing something.
Not
You're
your
pushing-
products, though. Products for other
If it's a
people.
title they put on you,
No.
fuck it. But that's
I
not
don't
what you're
care.
walking out here walking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I think like the social media wars, I think gave me like lifestyle influencer of the year award. I didn't deny it. I was grateful. I don't care. I don't care what title anyone puts on me. My intent is that when you hear me speak or you experience me, you get authenticity, and you leave with something that you feel can really help you have a better quality of life. That's my only goal.
Yeah, whatever else you do is
Whatever else you do, I don't care. And I think if more of us didn't personalize things, we personally would be happy people.
I agree.
We wouldn't be sitting around here codependent on needing you to say something, or needing, him to feed into what I'm saying. Like, I'm not here because I need y'all to agree with me. I'm here because I enjoy engaging with people and hearing their perspectives and providing my expertise that can help shift or change somebody's mind. Or life, I should say. Not mine, their life.
Were you flustered with the Paul Pierce shit? You can be honest.
I love this question. No.
No? Us, man, we watched it, and I'm not gonna lie, it came off like you were flustered.
About what part?
By the approach and the questions, and how he was. It
Paul
seemed
was
like he
up
had
there
a
being
deeper.
a real nigga, not letting you tap dance like you be doing
Yeah.
to these other niggas.
Whoa.
No, with the Paul Pierce, if you guys heard him say it, he said, Doc, you sat here and therapized us the whole time, meaning that I continuously called him out on his different discrepancies and things that he did as a womanizer, or having multiple, kids, or having, multiple baby mamas. But I did it respectfully, because I know Paul personally, I mean, we're all LA. But Paul and I had a conversation prior to the pod, and it was about some like dating and some things we talked about on there, and we both agreed. We said, hold up, let's wait till we get that on camera, because it'd be a better conversation. So no, it was nothing personal, and I don't know if that was Paul's intent to try to catch me up, but I felt like, to be completely transparent, I felt like that was the first time that on a pod I came on more of me and Paul having a conversation, like two friends
Two
at
homies.
dinner, two homies, because me and Paul are cool like that, than just me coming on as solely the expert. And so for the first time, people were like, oh, we see her as just kind of like cool doc who's talking about dating, who's not just coming off as the expert, and she's not just the pistol. That's what happened. And I realized that, to your point, people are codependent on how they need you to be. If you ain't in their box, if you're not the ideology or their favorite ideology of what they want you to be, they got a problem with it. I agree with that. They got a problem with it. In our job, you know, as just community leaders, I feel like all of us up here who got something to offer is leading a community of somebody. It don't matter if it's 5 people, you still leading something. Our job is to make sure that we show we're vertical. We don't have to buckle or break because somebody doesn't like it. I think that's what the importance of the message that I try to represent, not just through my words, but through how I show up, is you can actually be who you are. You a cool motherfucker. Like, not just me, but all of y'all. Like, people watching, like, you can be you. And trust me, you can't miss what's yours. So you ain't got to waver in it because somebody say, yo, like, you need to be in a box. And you know, because you cheated, guess what? You ain't going to never be able to be faithful. Like, if they want, let them have that. Go get your wife and do right. You ain't, don't defend your stance. Like, listen, that's how you feel? Cool.
Salute.
No problem. But this is how I feel. That's what emotional intelligence is. And if we can operate in that space, then guess what? Everybody's happier because nobody's going home personalizing anything, going, oh my God, you know, when he said this, I felt like the conversation's over. Find something better to do.
I agree. I think
your superpower we were talking about earlier, and it sounds like you are aware of it. So my question is, what are the tells that let you know that it's effective or it's being effective in the moment? Like when you are in your
element,
your groove theory and your element, how are you able to tell when you got something in the bag?
When you got them under here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can answer that question because I don't think that I'm observing to see like when I got you in the bag. I think that.
Oh, you just want the power to hit whoever.
Doc, come on.
No. So I'm just more what?
I'm talking to Mike.
No, I'm just more intentional about, I think, standing on my square and being exactly who I am. And I know this may be hard for some folks to gather or to accept, but if people would if people would do a little what am I trying to say, a little test or example experiment of standing on their square, of being exactly who they are, without wavering for 30 days, I promise you, they will see the entire trajectory of their life change. Rooms will move for them. Tables will shift for them. If they walk in a room, they would be in a room where their essence and their energy would just demand, or should I say command, right? Things. So I think that I work from an inward-outward perspective. A lot of people are working outward-inward. I'm not coming in going, let me make sure my superpower works and let me see who I can penetrate and when it works. And if it works over here, I'm going to stay over here. As you see, you know, I use my superpower, in your words, to work the entire room. I'm not just saying, oh, it works on him, so I'm going to stay here. It works on Ish, I'm going to stay here. It works on Joe. I'm more focused on, this is who I am, and I want y'all to see exactly who Doc is to the fullest of that potential so that I can just calibrate what's mine. I'm so caught up on not missing what God got for me, and I know that once I waver from being who he created me to be, it's going to mess that up, that I'm not willing to be anything outside of that for anybody. For anybody.
She can't help it, but she just attract everybody. Like that's
she's a magnet. She's a magnet.
But your aura is your aura.
I'm like, yeah, well, I'll take that. Thank you.
I was watching you with Justin. Shout out to Justin. Justin the boy, my man. And he was about.
Such a sweetheart.
He absolutely is. Y'all did great. And he was about to ask you if a man that made $500,000 a year would be cool for you, and you interrupted him and said a month.
I didn't say no month. Joe, you being messy.
No, you were asking. No, you didn't say it like definitively.
Oh, I asked.
You were joking. Like before he could say $500,000 a year, you was like a month, and then he laughed, and y'all laughed, and then I grabbed a calculator.
Did the tally?
And I was like, okay, carry the one. That's $6 million. But
no. So the question is, how much does this question comes up so much? How much does a man need to make to be in relationship with me?
Is there a minimum?
I just think that is such a superficial question.
It is, and I wasn't asking that about it.
But you know what's the funny part? It is. I think it's horrible, right? But it has some substance because it's a thing, right? And if, as men, when you hear women start talking about it with such passion and so frequently, then it serves to be a thing. Like, niggas not making it up. Like, if you're a man, and this goes to one of your points earlier, if you're a man and you're walking around and you make $90,000, right? You might feel, because feelings aren't facts, that you can't shoot for the stars. So to your point earlier, where you say, yo, people are out here just settling to be in relationships that people that may not compliment them or supplement them or complete them, because the society is telling these dudes that make 100, you could be a college professor with a PhD and make 170. People are out here saying that that's not good enough. So now, as a man,
a certain caliber,
certain
of person
people,
is
not
saying
everybody,
that.
not every, because to E's point, most people are not even thinking about that.
Right.
Most people are not thinking about that. But the people that are thinking about it might be some of your targets, and you might go into these things thinking that I'm not enough, I'm not sufficient to even bag Dr. Bryant, right? What do you say to that narrative that's running around in society about how much money? And it's a funny thing because there's a lot of black men feel this way, right? Because black women are kicking ass in corporate and taking names and numbers and doing their thing, that a lot of times they are saying publicly that these men are not qualified to date me.
I mean, for me, it's not a dollar amount. It's more about the quality of life that you can provide for us. I mean, that's just what it is. And I say that because, you know, if you get a man who's making, you know, 20 million, you good? Okay. If you get a man making 20 million, he has all of that sold up into investments and different things. And I mean, really,
Still ain't liquid.
What are you guys
Still
living
ain't
off of,
liquid.
right? You get a man who's making $300,000 a year, you know, but
with no debt.
no debt, and he's doing his thing. You guys can have a better quality of life with that amount of money. For me, it's more, can you provide a certain quality of life for us? Not for me, but for us, because it's not a me thing. I don't need you to come in and just, you are providing for me. No, it's a us. We're together. So, like, can we do things? And then in addition to that, it's not, of course, I want a man to provide. Right, that's just something that is very attractive to a woman who wants to nest and submit. That plays a role in the safety of the environment and the relationship, and also me feeling more of my softness in that relationship. But that doesn't mean that I wouldn't, take my man on a trip. That doesn't mean that if I'm traveling, I seen some kicks or some shoes or some drawers or a T-shirt or a hat that I want him to have or that he needs, that I won't spoil him or just bring it back and surprise him.
But in that provide thing, right? I think that, again, as men, I can't speak for everybody, but I talk to a bunch of men, and again, I'm gonna just say black men in general. When you start talking provision, most times we only concentrate on the financial provision.
Right.
Provision
How
is
you can
a
perform.
wide gamut of things. Like, again, this is one of my analogies. Like, yo, dude might give you the best foot massage in the world. He might make you laugh till your stomach hurt, then come home, put his dick in your stomach. He might got great encouragement. He might be smart. He might have all of these things that check all of these other boxes.
Just not the
but
financial.
he financially don't have. Let's say you make $1 million. I know you make way more money than that, baller, but let's say you make $1 million and he only at 150. Why can't he be? And I think this is some insecurity on his behalf too. But if you listen into the world, it's like women saying, yo, I gotta go get a BBL because that's what all the men want. And dudes are saying, no, we don't.
Nope.
But women still out here getting BBLs because they think that's what men are attracted to. The same way men can say, yo, dog, I only make 200. I'm not attracting these women, so now I gotta shoot for the stars and go sell some skag to get my money up. I'm joking, but what do you say to if you were at $1 million and a man checked a bunch of boxes and he was at 200, 250? He can't provide the lifestyle financially that you have. So he would be coming up short in that arena. But when you combine money, and me and Joe had an argument with one of our close friends one time, and I was like, yo, dog, if your bills are $7,000 a month and a man comes in and gives you $3,000 a month toward that, it frees up $3,000. That's a help. And she was like, no, it hinders my lifestyle.
No, let me go to it.
And I was like, damn.
No, because I think Most men. Most real men, because
Yeah.
man and male is different, right? Most men, you get into a relationship and you want to provide. You want, like, that's not even a conversation.
Yeah.
And provide sounds different from help. The two words to me are just different. So I think I'm not mad at a woman saying, yo, I don't want you to just walk into the table just providing me with help towards a certain lifestyle. I want to be provided a lifestyle to where no matter what in this moment, if I happen to fall short, I don't have to now worry about us now not being able to live. I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman saying that. I just think that we have a problem. I have a problem when there's a certain number that's attached to it that to me just sounds asinine to what most people in life are actually able to provide.
I think it's hard.
You want to answer that?
No, go ahead. I'll piggyback when you go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. No, because I was going to ask you, what do you say to a man that feels like no matter how much he makes, he's still not enough? So after you answer this question, I want you to answer that question.
So my thing is, I think that the dollar amount is what messes people up. Because again, you got people making a lot of money, but they're broke. And you got a lot of people making less money, but they're really wealthy in their lifestyle, right? And their ability to travel and their access. I always say relationships will get you indoors that money can't buy.
That's a fact.
So oftentimes, like if somebody has, less money, but a shitload of relationships, me and my husband might be traveling the world all the time just because of the folks that he knows and his ability to have great relationships.
Yep.
And so I think, again, it's more about the kind of man, how he maneuvers, how is he doing business? Does he have relationships? So I love NFL. Football is my favorite sport. If my husband or my man has a relationship with an executive of NFL and he's like, babe, we can go to any game we want and we get field access. Why do I care if it's a relationship access or if he spent
Or if he bought the ticket.
$10,000 on it? Like, it doesn't matter. We get sweet access. We're doing our thing. So it's more of his ability to be resourceful in our relationship and also to be honest and communicate with me and say, look, we're going on this trip and, the spending budget for this trip is $5,000 or $10,000, right? So that's our budget. My ex-fiance, we went to Paris and he was like, babe, look, we just got back from Africa 2 months ago. We in Paris. You only get $5,000 to shop with. After that, you got to dip into your own pocket.
I love how fly.
You hear the disconnect?
I love how fly we talk.
You hear the disconnect?
But
I'm just saying.
it's your experience. So
Shut up,
yeah.
Ish.
Can your man use coupons?
Can what, honey? Can he use a
You spoke
coupon?
to resourcefulness and everything. I'm saying,
Hey,
can he
Ice, don't be embarrassing us up here, Ice.
I mean, if
It's a question.
no, I don't. I mean, listen. If he brings home a gift, I'm not gonna ask him. Was it on the sale rack? Was it a coupon? That doesn't. I'm more want a man who can not be intimidated by my lifestyle, and can come in and say, listen, I can be an asset to that, and I also like or have the same lifestyle, and I can float these things. But sometimes these things won't be floated.
Transparency.
That's realistic, though. I think
That is.
that's a real relationship, no matter how much money most of us make. The reality is, like, a successful woman who is socioeconomically stable, especially to my level, I would be unrealistic to say I want a man, right? I mean, not unrealistic. There's men out there, but just I want a man who is going to come in and just fully take care of every fucking bill. Like, it's just not... The pool of those kind of men are
It's
very, very
idealistic.
slim.
It's not
very
realistic.
slim. But that doesn't mean I can't get a man, because I've been with my ex-fiance who he did well and we did good, but there were just some trips that we couldn't go on. There were some Giuseppe boots I wanted one time, and he said, I'm not spending $3,000 for Giuseppe boots. Not that he didn't have it. He said, I'm not spending it. And I said, no problem, and I spent it. They arrived at the house, I think a week later, on my dime. But I didn't pay a bill. Ooh. I was a kept woman. He took full care of me. But he didn't feel like there was value in him spending money on $3,000 pair of boots. Now, there's nothing wrong with that man saying, I'll take you on a trip. I'll pay your doctor bills, your dentist bill, buy your glasses. What you need, baby, but I don't want to spend that. Now,
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that. And it wasn't him being an asshole. And it wasn't him saying he can't afford it.
It's the same nigga that took you to Africa and 2 months later took you to Paris?
Yes.
I ain't buying no boots neither. Get your ass out of here. What are we talking about?
Right.
Do women understand? Do women understand the pressure that men feel to provide?
No.
Or is it overlooked?
It's taken for
It's a
granted.
question. I'm asking.
I don't think it's over. Oh, well, that's
You say you don't think it's overlooked?
Oh, that's what you
Depends
do.
on your
No.
woman.
You answer.
Yeah, let's let her
I'm
let you
trying to
answer.
figure-
Let you
yeah,
answer.
Okay, so
Don't worry about him.
I think there's two different women, right? I think there's two different women. I think there are women who, and I'm the woman who is extremely grateful. And if you're providing or you're taking care of, I was a kept woman, so I didn't have to work at that time. But he also never cooked. He didn't have to do what he had. He never needed anything. I didn't deny him of in-house. When he gets home from practice at 10 o'clock at night or the gym and he wanted food, I was readily to submit and go in the kitchen and cook. Like, that was something that wasn't a job to me. It was something I enjoyed doing. And so when it comes to submission, listen, there's women who are naturally submissive and we can't wait to submit. And then there's women who say, once you put me in the environment, I will submit, but for that woman, it may be a job. If you get a woman who's submitting to you as a job, at some point it's going to become a burden for her. It's going to be a problem.
It's the same pressure though, because he's speaking to. There's a different pressure between providing meals or taking care of the person within the home than the man that have to actually go outside and provide for a whole household.
And a lot of it is,
and not just do it with a smile on their face. Feel like they have to do it.
They have to do it.
And if they don't do it, you're now diminished as a man. You're talked about in the worst way, almost to the point where your woman will start to resent you.
She'll start to emasculate you.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's the same pressures that a man deals with in comparison to the pressures that a woman has to.
I think the pressures are different. But I also think, to your point, that if a man says that no matter who I'm with, part of what turns me on as a man is to provide for my woman, then it's a pressure that actually feeds him.
True.
That's what I said about that submissive woman. See, when I submit to my man, I'm being fed. It turns me on. I wouldn't even be turned on by a man I couldn't submit to, because that is in my nature. Like, I'm turned on by submitting to you. I'm turned on when you walk in the house and there's something about me that's like, Daddy, that I don't want to be in my masculine. I'm turned off in my masculine with you. So it's not about I'm doing this because it makes you happy. It probably does. And this may sound selfish, but I'm submitting to you because it actually makes me happy.
That's what you really wanted to do.
I can't wait till you get home to do these things for you and with you. I like these things. I like myself when I'm being that woman to you. Daddy. And this is why it's important to find Daddy. This is why it's important to find people.
You said she said
Daddy.
Well,
but this is why it's important for us to find people who are compatible and conducive for us, not people who I got to change for you and I'm trying to get you to change for me. Then why the fuck are we together?
Pointless.
Because whatever, we talked about this before outside, Joe, that toxic shit that you do, that she didn't like, that worked for me, it worked for me. That toxic shit that I do, when you do that toxic shit that you do, that worked for us, but didn't work for them, that's our shit.
It's all bad.
That's our shit. So what I'm saying is, I found what's compatible to some of what somebody else might have said is dysfunctional.
Yeah, it don't work for you speaking to that boy's soul. Right?
So what I'm saying is,
Shao Kahn, nigga.
She talking to that boy.
Go ahead. Shang Tsung, nigga. Your soul is mine.
So if me being in my dysfunction, right?
His legs is
let me use a better analogy. If you have anxious attachment, meaning you have to be attached to your woman, right? And you're with a woman who is like, I have avoidant behavior. Like, bro, that's too much. I'm drowning. I feel you're overwhelming me. For her, that was a dysfunction. For her, that was an impairment.
You're buggable.
Yeah.
You're buggable.
Too much.
You get a woman like me who says, I love my man to love me like this. Cling. I ain't got no problem with that. That attachment, that anxious attachment, guess what? You get to be that. That means you're not feeling detached from me or insecure because I'm pulling back. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, I love that he texts me
You
throughout
ain't come
the day.
here already?
I love that.
Yeah,
baby, you here again? I love it. Or you give me a key and say, baby, come as you go. I love you here all the time. I want you here Monday through Sunday. And I'm like, I love that he wants me there. Even if I can't, I just love that you always want me there. So for me, it would work. So instead of you finding a woman who says, you too clingy, fall back, you doing too much, you a simp. You find a woman who takes all of that and say, you know what?
somebody that know?
I love that. That works for me.
You start? Because I bet. Listen, I'll start with. All right. I'll get you.
Y'all good? Y'all good? Yeah, battle.
It's a dab chair.
No, it's a thing.
That's the dab chair.
Y'all both turn red, boy. Y'all good? Y'all can be light skinned. She hit that nigga with the double whammy, nigga.
Red Hot Chili Peppers over here.
Don't laugh with they shit. They
a bunch of.
But does that make sense, honestly, y'all?
Yes,
I think that in our
Answer
culture,
together.
we're too busy trying to figure out you toxic and you dysfunctional and you got a depression problem and you need to go to therapy and you need to. It's like, bro, listen. No, like some shit is just what it is, and I gotta find someone who the thing that I do turns you on, so then I can just do what I do.
Do you feel like
Does that accountability? Go ahead. My bad.
It's okay. Do you feel like today men are being judged off their income or their character?
Oh, I mean, performance. We know that. Societal construct says that if you don't perform, then you ain't
You a
shit.
trash.
Right?
That's what you're
Not
about.
good though.
No, it's not good. And that's where this dollar amount thing to me is stupid.
Got it.
Because let me tell you something. If you performing, right, and you making money and you're performing, meaning you're making money and you are a faithful, loving family man, and I'm in love with you, there's no woman, no matter how broke or rich she is, that's going to say, bro, listen, I'm talking about I'm in love with you. Not a woman who is just with you because she's bored. I'm in love with you. And you do well. You just not making these millions. And you a faithful family man. And you do all them things that work for me.
But you also...
let me not generalize. I'm not walking away from that man.
How do you fall in love though if money is one of the things that not you
Drives you. That drives a woman.
that drives you? Like because you said in love, but to get to that place, right? Oftentimes, money is one of the initial things that allows a woman to even get to feel attracted to this man or to give him a shot.
Is capping ish.
She also, and let me tell you why I say that.
I don't feel like arguing with the
capping
guy.
because she also said that I live a certain lifestyle.
And
So
he
if
has
you
to-
could
and
upkeep
he-
my
yes.
lifestyle,
And that's
she
why,
just butted
that's
it
why,
up.
That's where the
why I
cap
say it's
comes
cap.
in.
She's
Yep.
found.
You
She
too fire.
found
No,
the way
that's where
to
the cap
word
comes
it
in.
I'm on to you, girl.
perfectly.
You
But
want me to-
you say all the time, you got to keep up with what I'm doing in my.
So I didn't say you have to keep up with what I'm doing. I said
Equally
if you
yoked.
can provide a certain quality of life.
But 9 times out of 10, money is a catalyst in that provision.
But she's attracting what she wants to attract.
But hold on. But
I'm not knocking it.
Yes, money is a moving part of that. Okay, y'all, let's be realistic. You guys think that I don't attract men who make millions? You don't think I don't
Yes,
attract
that's what I'm
men who
saying.
have
Yes, but-
multi-million dollar contracts?
I don't know.
Of course.
Oh,
Okay.
God,
But that's
God.
not the only.
Okay,
That's
you
not the
think that I don't
only.
attract
No,
that?
we
Okay,
believe
good.
it.
We don't-
No,
we
no, we
believe it.
believe
I'm
it.
being
Oh,
sarcastic
okay.
with you.
Yeah,
So
we-
what I'm saying is,
Freeze, what you say?
We know.
at this juncture, right? At this juncture in my life, do you think that if money was the main catalyst, that I couldn't just tie in and have two things, an investment baby or an investment husband?
That's not what we're saying.
But what I'm saying is money is a moving part. But if a man, which has happened many times, comes to me with all the money in the world, but he's a womanizer, that's a hard non-negotiable. I'm
you
not
slipping
doing
a
it.
jab right now.
I'm not doing it.
You
She
slipping
slipped
the
the
jab,
well, nigga.
You slipped
No.
the jab.
Muhammad
Muhammad Ali.
Reverse it.
Reverse of what?
So you said the man comes to you with all the money in the world, but he lacks character. Now let's say the man comes to you with character, with integrity. He's dope,
Yeah.
family man.
You're saying what I just said.
He make 150.
But it's not a dollar amount.
Forget the dollar amount.
Use a
He
different
can't provide the lifestyle that you are currently
over.
living.
But listen, it's not him providing the lifestyle that I currently live. Let me explain it differently.
That's what you said.
No, not the lifestyle. I said a great quality of life. There's a difference. My lifestyle, let's just say my lifestyle cost, I don't want to put it costs a certain dollar amount,
X.
right? X amount of money. And this man can't afford X amount of dollars, but he can provide a quality of life. What I mean by quality of life is we can take trips. We can go to dinner. We can go on date nights. This man, and I'm only going performative because you're talking about the money part, right? This man can surprise me with a pair of shoes or something cute
much
that
shoes
he's
cost?
seen. It doesn't matter.
It
'Cause
matters.
I wear everything. I wear everything from Fashion Nova all the way to Balenciaga to Hermes to. It doesn't matter.
You cheating now. It's
No,
cool.
it doesn't. I just said my ex-fiance wasn't going
$3,000
to buy no
boots.
Balenciagas,
But
he
you
was
said
going to take me on
after
trips.
he took
and
you to Africa and
he took
Paris
full care
2
of me.
months apart.
Yes.
which means he has a certain money access that would allow to go to Africa in January and Paris in March.
Wait, he can have certain money access ish, but guess what? He can also have what I said earlier. Relationships, baby.
True.
So he could have took on the trips without it being without having to.
So what I'm saying,
listen,
listen, what I'm saying is this: I don't care how much you make. I want to make sure that you can provide a quality of life that you and I are happy with together. The reason why I say that is because when a man gets with a woman that he wants to provide for and he cannot, he emasculates himself. I don't have to emasculate him because he starts to feel less valuable. He starts to feel less of a man. Now, guess what? You showing up short in the bedroom when I don't have a problem with making love to you and doing all these other things I've been doing.
On the 300 thread counts.
You the one, come on whatever we're doing, but you're the
mattress.
one, right? Air mattress. No, but you're the one that has an issue. But you're the one that has an issue with your shortcomings. So the reason why it's important for us to collectively have a adult conversation that says, are you also comfortable with what you can do with us and for us? Because I don't want to get to the point where now you're resentful towards yourself. You think you're showing up. Because no matter how much I tell him he's amazing, if this man thinks he's coming up short, he's coming up short.
That's
and
what
it's
going to
show up in the relationship.
And but even if he feel that way, sometimes it's overlooked that a man may feel that way because it's a lot of pressure providing for a woman of your stature or other women that lives a certain lifestyle.
But a woman should be in tune with her man enough to say, babe, what's up? What's going on?
He ain't your man yet.
What's up? What's going on? Like my fiance, same issue. I said this on, I think, Shannon Sharp. He's sitting on the couch, he's watching ESPN Top 10. The thing just repeats itself over and over again. If you don't change the channel, you see the same damn Top 10 plays. Right. So I hear the thing for about an hour and a half. I'm like, something ain't right. So I go in the living room. I just sit on the arm of the chair, and I say, and he's still looking at the damn TV. He ain't acknowledged me. I said, baby, I don't know what's going on, but whatever it is, I'm not going nowhere. And he literally sat about 2 seconds. He didn't say nothing. He turned to me, and tears just flowed down that 6'8", 240-pound man's face. He just looked at me, and tears just flowed. And he looked back at the ESPN. And when he did that, all I did was put my hand around him, and I literally just held. And he didn't move. He just shifted with me, and tears just flowed down. I just wanted him to know in that moment that
you knew he had got cut from a team or some shit. Right?
I got the notification.
He was watching his old shit.
I got the notification.
You just held him and y'all cried. You was there for him.
I follow Sham.
Suck out of here. Yo, she Floyd Mayweather. Yo, Pink Slip was in that nigga locker. Yo, dog.
I ain't going nowhere, dog. I'm here. I'm not leaving. And then left.
Comes up to they
and then left.
And then left him, though.
Then left the nigga.
And left.
Out of all the shit that could be going on in the world, I'm gonna just come sit on the couch and say,
y'all,
I ain't leaving you, daddy.
He was a retired basketball player, so there was not even another contract to come. So we're not gonna do that. He was a retired. I met him retired. He wasn't even playing no more.
But you left him.
He was retired. But not because of that.
And why is that? Why is that?
And hold on, let's go further. And I left a man who was keeping me. So obviously, money isn't, not that you said that, isn't the only catalyst. It is, money in general, if you're a single mother, a single father, if you're a single person, is a resource that we all need. It has to be considered. I think that when money is the only thing that a woman is considering a man's value to be is when it becomes an issue. Because if that's all you're looking for, then that's exactly why I always say you see the most beautiful woman with a baby daddy, and no motherfucking ring. Because if that's all she's looking for, then she got it.
It's a nigga that'll give it to you.
You got it.
Multiple niggas.
There you go. Because whatever you're looking for, guess what?
It's multiple
You're
niggas
fine.
that give it to you.
You're fine. This is why I don't say I lead with money. I lead with a man who can be realistic and say, baby, look, this is what I can do. This is what daddy can't do.
What's the obsession with us always having to focus when we talk about love and finding love that we always hone in the first conversation is money?
Money or sex?
Yeah. Like when I think back to just past generations, maybe it's just the social media era or whatever, right? But when I think about past generations, even within the 90s and all that, I understand the cost of living is higher, but a lot of people never led with that being the first conversations you need to have in order to find love.
Is the financial literacy piece of it?
Yeah, so when we get into these platforms, and I know a lot of us have different experiences, of
Hold up, nigga. We making sure we keep.
She good. She
fine
listening.
still.
She good. She professional.
Making
Nigga.
sure we
She
beautiful
good.
while you ask your question.
She good.
Y'all so silly.
Lock them down.
She got him. She got him.
Yo, you stupid.
I got my way
No,
about.
shit.
Yo, don't do that. This corner. You got the around the finger.
Nah, that corner right there, you got the dog.
Nah, I'm cool over here. I'm good.
I got my way about.
No,
You were saying, Amani.
Because you were going somewhere good with this.
Shit, I forgot because y'all.
You were
We're
saying
talking about money.
Mesmerized.
Generation.
Yes.
In the days.
We are privileged to our experience, and we often talk to people who are not experiencing any of this, and they don't even consider it. And I feel like we start to condition them by talking about it so much in the way that we do to make them now start to feel like they're supposed to experience love or find love in the same way.
That's because we don't deem family as being the real wealth.
Okay.
We just don't in our black community. We don't. Wealthy to, not all, I'm saying to the men you are speaking of is a baddie. That is his value. Wealthy to the women that you're speaking of is
Rich nigga.
a dude with money.
Yeah.
It don't matter if it's a contract. It don't matter if he a D-boy. She don't care
It don't
how he
matter.
get it.
It don't matter.
She don't care. She'll have a baby by him and not even think, what if he goes to jail for life? Now my child has no father. That's the wealth. You see, and this is the thing. Money has been the only thing that has separated us. But family is the only wealth that'll always keep us together. And I'm not even talking about family like meaning your blood. I'm talking about family like us
Community,
here
family.
operating as a family. All of
Brothers.
us, community, right? Like even as a black woman here, we don't have to be romantic for y'all to respect me as your sister. I don't have to be white for you to respect me as your sister. And you don't have to be black for me to respect you as my bro.
Of course.
This is community about just what's like a human right, which is just some damn respect. And so I think that to what you're saying is we got to get back to seeing that family's the real wealth. And that it's not a competitive thing of who here can perform or outperform each other to win my love. See, my job as a woman, as a wife, is to make sure that you understand that it don't matter who's in this room. I can't be taken, baby.
Talk about it.
I can only leave. And I have no desire or intention of leaving you.
All the time.
So I can't. And it's about me also not seeing me and you walk in the room and this dude with his diamonds on and leaving in his Lamborghini and getting on his yacht and knowing that you don't have that, but we got some good shit. We got wealth. We just don't have that type of riches, but we got wealth. I said riches and wealth on purpose. And me making sure that I understand as a woman that if you deem to shift in your energy a little insecure, my job is to catch it and to make sure that I'm empowering you and loving on you right there in that moment. Not to demonize or weaponize you because, oh, I see his weakness. He weak to a dude who got more. He weak to a dude who can outperform him. No, why do I not want to let you know, oh, nah, that ain't nothing to me.
That ain't shit.
I'm on
right
you.
here.
I love you. Why am I not kissing on you more? I used to tell my fiance, when we walk in a place and you see or you think a man's looking at me and I don't see it, slap me on my ass. Give me a kiss. Grab me by my throat and tongue kiss me. Let him know this your shit because it is. I don't want you to, whatever you got to do so you know that you that dude in that room, I am running that play with you. Listen, you quarterback. Listen, I'm mossing all day long, Brady. I'm a moss it all day because you're who I chose. And why do I want to choose a man that I deflate or that I don't empower or that I allow to be so insecure that now I can use your vulnerability to control you? Because that's a woman who ain't there to love you. That's a woman who is there to manipulate and use you. And that is a narcissistic woman.
Sure.
So I want to be able to be in tune with, hey, this makes you insecure. I even want a man to be able to tell me, like, yo, when we do X, Y, and Z, I got a problem with it. Then tell me what the issue is so I can move accordingly. Because I want you to know, and I want the same respect from you. You know when you walk in, I know who you think is bad. I know I'm bad. I know when you look at something. I know my body is T, but I also know I don't have the biggest butt in the room. And you may be a butt man. So if you know that, I shouldn't have to tell you when a woman walks in. You should be able to control your lustful eye. And you should be able to love on me so I also feel empowered with you and by you. That is what that's a partnership. And that's how two people stay healthy and in love and in a relationship, because love is not going to sustain this.
That's a fact.
I got to be able to like you. You got to be able to like me.
Like is more important.
And guess why we like our friends more than we like our partners sometimes? Because our friends know our insecurities. A real friend going to tee us up. A real friend going to be like, nah, dog, you good. You got that. He and she going to tap into that. But as a couple sometimes, or oftentimes, they miss the mark. miss the mark. So now dudes don't want to go out with their women. There is no date night if there's a certain crowd or what. It just ends up being this division everywhere. And the real wealth is, how much can I empower you? I'm in competition with you to see how much I can build you up. And you see how much you can build me up. And as we building each other up, let me tell you what magically happens. It just seemed like the bricks keep building this relationship. And all of a sudden now, I ain't worried about how much he make or how much I make. Shit, we in this thing. We wealthy.
Yeah, we
like,
are.
what are we talking about? Babe, I done booked a trip on November 10th. 7 days, pack up. All right, for sure. He's telling me, baby, after that trip, we going to see moms and we taking them to this. Okay, cool. Bet, we good. That is a partnership. This is why when we start talking about how much people got to make and how much she got to sleep, relationships, marriage is a service position. How can I serve you?
I could see.
Women.
I'm sorry, Joe. Okay.
Now,
Yo, you sitting there in amazement. she got this nigga talking.
Hey, yo, no.
She's spinning your little dusty ass around like that. Oh shit.
No, she don't. I got it wrong. Are women today? Dr. Bryant.
Yes, honey.
Are women today preparing to be wives or expecting to be chosen?
I think both, a little bit of both. But I want to say this though. I think
women
that
today,
preparation,
not big mama in them.
today. No, but preparation to become a wife takes time. And this is why I say people are choosing too early on. I'm not saying don't get relationship experience. Like, I love what he said. He said he got relationship experience. And he's been with different women, and he's been a cheater his whole life with these women.
What he said? I'm sorry.
He said he's been a cheater his whole life.
And even that kind of understates it.
Okay.
He low playing.
Whatever.
He downplayed the
Y'all the nastiest niggas on earth.
He downplayed the son. That nigga's a superhero, nigga.
Oh, God.
He's like Black Adam.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
He don't play.
So let me say this. Whatever he said, my point is that it's important to get relationship experience, but we don't have to make permanent decisions. I don't have to marry you or have a child with you to get relationship experience, because healthy relationships take wisdom and tools, and it does take experience to gain wisdom. Words don't teach, experience does. So I was engaged and I got relationship experience. So when people ask me, why do you think that you are an expert to talk to people who are married in relationships? Well, because the only difference between you and me is you made a permanent decision and now you stuck. And now you in my session trying to figure out how to unstick this. I didn't make a permanent decision. I just happened to spend the same amount of time with two people and get the experience. And now I have the opportunity to take my experience and choose my husband, who I am better for now because of who I've been with.
Niggas quiet
That's
when
it.
she say it, huh? All right.
That's it.
What you said? You think you said the same thing?
I said this.
He's definitely said that.
Yeah,
That's exactly what he
that's
was
his
saying.
mantra.
Millions of
Multiple times he
times,
said that.
and you niggas sit
what-
back
well,
and
we
look
gonna
at me
clown. We gonna clown you though.
Oh, that's peace. That's you.
No,
My bad.
he said that.
Yeah, we gonna clown you.
That's cool.
Yes, you know he
That people
He
should
said
take their
that
time.
multiple times.
Say no more. You're right.
That people should take their time. So I just
I
think
yield.
that men and women, I think they just choosing too early on, or they end up with these broken homes and these baby mamas and baby daddies, and then you want to take all of that into your marriage, and you want to call that marriage, that y'all are, anonymous. No, you are polyamorous, because now you have multiple families that you're blending into another family. That's what you're doing. Not polygamy. Polygamy is different than polyamorous. Two different things.
Yeah, let's get to the elephant in the room. You have said that men with multiple child moms are selfish, narcissistic, and they are womanizers. You
said that? Yes, she did say that.
Yes, she said that.
Pretty offensive to say too.
That one really
believe
struck
that?
a chord in here. We broke in a lot of homes. Yeah, we need some.
Let's say hypothetically
we need
you
some
have
of
a
your
child.
guidance on this one.
And that particular relationship doesn't work. All intents and purposes were good. It just didn't work. So you have one child, you leave that said relationship, and 5-6 years later you find somebody else and you settle in with that person, and y'all have another child. Where's the narcissism in that?
First of all, it's not narcissistic to have a child and then the relationship not work. What I said was that men with multiple kids by multiple women, and they have yet to marry any of them and create a family, is narcissistic, selfish, and they are womanizers, and I stand on that, and I will double down on that.
I'm just
saying. I
was just going to break it down to all three terms.
But what I'm saying, that still childbearing, creating a child is a decision. We know that, right?
Yeah. Yes. It's a decision.
It may be a mistake. meaning you didn't intend to do it, but it is a decision.
But even in,
so, for example,
even in what you're saying, because I mean, in today,
having
it's
a
the
child
woman's
is
decision.
not a decision.
It's the woman's decision. It's not a joint decision.
I tried to get a nut and I got a nut, and what? Like the man was trying to, and his intent was to have sex. Irresponsible sex.
Don't have to be. Condoms break.
Oh, that's true.
It don't have to be irresponsible
right.
sex. We could have been responsible.
He's right. But
And
I'm
this
gonna
just
just go
happened.
on. I'm gonna say unprotected sex is irresponsible on behalf of
Both
both parties,
parties.
because we often hear women say, "Yo, he got me pregnant," or "he," you know what I'm saying? No, we got pregnant. So I think that the man, and we know you from where we from. There are a lot of relationships where that nigga was dead set against having that baby. He didn't handle himself. They didn't handle themselves accordingly. But I don't see where that opens up the door for you to say he's not. What's the three things? Narcissistic, womanizer, and
selfish.
And selfish.
So a man who creates a child doesn't marry her or create a family. He goes on to create another child.
Okay.
Doesn't marry her, doesn't create a family. He goes on to marry to create a third child. Doesn't marry her, doesn't create a family. And I'm gonna stop at 4.
We can stop at 3. Okay.
He goes on to have a 4th child.
I
Doesn't
think
marry
that's
her,
selfish.
doesn't create a family. Listen,
I think that's
that
selfish.
man is creating broken homes and families everywhere as he goes. He is not caring about being in that home.
I think it's selfish.
He is not caring about being a father, because you have many people, and I'm not saying or advocating that you should stay for a child. I'm just speaking reality. You have a lot of people who are staying in relationships because they want to keep their commitment and responsibility as a parent. Now,
But
I'm
you're
not saying
against that.
they should. They should do whatever
You're
they choose.
against that, though.
Right.
Okay.
What?
You're against that.
Against what?
Where somebody just stays in a relationship.
No, I'm not against that. I'm not against anyone keeping their commitment. I think that is a subjective situation, meaning like people can choose to do what they think is best for their family.
But earlier
and
you said
what benefits the family collectively the most. See, when you decide to have a child, you are a collective. You are no longer an individual. So if I am pregnant now and I am not married, I have to make sure I'm thinking for me, myself, and guess who else? That man. Because we are a collective.
That don't always happen.
But that doesn't always
ideal.
happen.
But in the real world, it don't be that.
So in the real world, what I'm saying is that when it is not that, and a man is creating broken homes and families.
So she's selfish.
Yeah, I was about to say, how's the man
Because
selfish?
you said when you are pregnant, the woman is thinking for herself, the child, and
Yes,
that man.
and
Like
that man should be thinking collectively as well.
But the woman is in control of that said situation in the pregnancy phase, right? Hold, let me finish. So now, if you knew that nigga and me and that nigga wasn't in no relationship, we was fucking.
Yeah. So let's flip it. Now let's talk about the woman's accountability. We can do that too.
No, that's what I'm saying. She at that particular juncture is being selfish because you're not saying she's taking into account community. This is your word.
Listen. You said that without a rubber is irresponsible.
For both of them.
Yes. You said rubbers bust.
They do.
Correct? They do. They do. That's true. They do. Okay. They do. If we know that without a rubber, you can get pregnant, right? If we know that rubbers bust, then you can get pregnant, right?
While you having casual sex?
That means that when I decide to lay in the bed with a man and have sex with a rubber, I know that the probability of me being pregnant is there. So once we end up pregnant, it is our fault that we lay down knowing that sex creates a child.
Absolutely.
So the man and the woman are accountable.
So you hold them equally accountable.
Yes.
Yes, that's why I said child making is a decision. If I decide to make love or have sex or whatever you want to call it with a man with a contraceptive or not, I understand that can create a child. We cannot sit there and go, you. No, like we did this.
This kind of goes right
where
back
we were
to the cheating thing, though. This goes right back to that. Yes, we know it's a possibility, whether it be irresponsible or not, especially if using a rubber. You're not thinking it's going to happen.
Probability and possibility.
Yeah. It's always a possibility.
Well, then guess what? That is part of the biggest fucking problem in this fucking community.
You get in your car and drive every day. You could get hit by a bus.
When are you going to start to think? When do you start to think? Or do you just continue to create this dysfunction pathology and of a totally dysfunctional cultural norm and then say it's nobody's fault, it's everybody's fault. Who cares whose fault it is? When are you going to use your brain and think to make a better decision? Because that decision is not working for us as a collective.
That's
For
true.
example,
I'm with you there.
when I get married,
100%.
when I get married is when I'm having a child. I'm giving my husband all of my babies. I'm not, listen, if we have one child and we married and we happen to not work out, this is my personal opinion. I'm not projecting this onto anybody. After we don't work, guess what? I ain't having no more kids. Or if you're not married and I want another one, I would come to you and say, listen,
Let's run it back.
let's run it back, baby, because I would only be having a child with you if you had no kids.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
If you had
Please,
kids.
let me ask you a question. One
That's
question.
so I-
Wait,
That's
hold,
so what?
please.
That's so what? That's
Because
not-
you
that-
just said that when a
Well,
man and a woman
that's-
lay down, you know that's a possibility, right?
Well, duh, yeah.
So now but you also just said you're not having children until you. It's possible you
I'm
can
not.
get pregnant. Are you abstinent?
How?
Not trying to get in your
How?
business.
No, you can ask me anything,
It's
sweetie.
possible
What you
that
mean,
you could get pregnant now,
How
and you're
am
not
I
married.
going to
Yo,
get hold on, stop. I like this. I like where he's going. This is good. How am I going to get pregnant now if I'm not having casual sex?
I just asked. I said, are you
Yes. So
abstinent?
no, I'm not abstinent, but I'm not engaging in casual sex, meaning I'm not sleeping with nobody who
That she's
I
not
wouldn't
prepared
have
to
a
have a kid
child
with,
with.
yeah.
How is that not
See, you-
a kind of a
It's circumstantial.
That's just called it's
can
called
we-
great decision making skills. Listen, and it's also about this is the issue. Our culture is so emotionally driven. It's such a turnoff. Like a man who got to be in the bed with me but can't be just in the bed with me is a turnoff. Hold on.
You making a turn.
No, I'm not making
man.
No, I'm not making it. I'm gonna let you go back where you are. What I'm saying is I am choosing, not because of abstinence or celibacy. There's no religious reason. There's no because I'm not in my 40s and my libido ain't going crazy and my sex drive ain't like a trucker, because it is. It's my ability to manage myself and say that the better thing to do
It's
as
chill.
I feel like I want to be intimate. And for me, intimate is not just about having an orgasm. I want a man's touch. I want you laid next to me. I like the way it feels when you just inside of me as mine. So it's deeper than just let me come. No, I want you in me, around me, on me. But if you're not the man who I know I will procreate with, guess what?
You're not doing it, period.
Penetrating my
Got it.
body. Period. Women
That's responsible.
and men can get to that point of having that type of management over themselves. We do not have to be so freaking overly stimulated, overly sexualized. Everything isn't reactive. I'm horny, let me get. Yo, it is not that serious. When you really want a certain quality of life, when you want to be able to be proud about the things you did, and you want to stand on good decision making, then you make and do things differently. That is what I stand on for our community. I'm never going to backpedal on the fact that if you don't have agency over your sexual appetite, and you can't govern yourself as a man, you can't govern shit. So I don't want to
I
be
agree
with
with
you.
that.
What's the female?
I don't wanna be with you.
No, I agree with
what's
that.
the female?
I'm with
What's
you.
the?
I'm with
I
you.
like this.
Hold on.
Makes
What's
sense.
the
Ish was going
female?
somewhere.
What's the female equivalent to? Because you said narcissist,
Yeah.
narcissist,
Yes.
selfish, and that can be man and
Yes,
woman, right?
yes, it can.
Womanizer is directly speaking to man. What is the female equivalent to that when it comes to women who have multiple baby daddies? But also, after answering that, do you feel it's a little irresponsible to generalize and could keep men who might have done that in the past, who might have went through some level of therapy, who might have went through some level of counseling, and today are now different men, but you would still generalize that as who they are as a person?
First question. The term for a woman is a manizer.
Manizer.
She's a manizer.
Okay.
She's a manizer. So if I'm going to get pregnant by all three of y'all because you have contracts and I'm going to have investment babies and I know that's just what I want, or I'm not going to create a family, then she's equally irresponsible. She's creating a broken home, a broken family, and she's a manizer. And that is very selfish, and those are narcissistic characteristics, because she's saying, I want to have a child with you so that this child can provide for my quality of life.
Yeah.
Completely out of pocket.
That's wild.
Her and that narcissistic man should just go be together and just go enjoy each other and do whatever they do.
I have a question for you.
Well,
Can
Ish was
she-
trying to get
go ahead,
somewhere
Ish.
so bad.
Well, can she answer the second
the
part?
second one, which was, what'd you ask me?
When
No, I answered that already.
when you're categorizing men that have those things a part of their life,
So this
and
is
let's
the thing.
just
No, I got you.
Got-
People don't change. I'm gonna let that sit. Before I continue, people don't change.
But that's it with them.
I don't agree with that.
I don't.
Good. Watch this. We learn to manage ourselves. We do not change. We learn to manage ourselves.
It's a change. When
Hold
I
on.
was
Wait, this is good.
when I
Ish,
was
wait.
25, I would have
Ish,
acted.
this is
Let her
good.
talk.
No, Ish, because this is good. I see where you're going. The behavior is what you
like addiction. Pretty much.
Come on.
So, okay.
Thank you, baby.
So if you're saying that, I agree. If you never no longer are an addict, you just learn how to manage that addiction. So you're saying
Actually, in AA
that's
and NA, guess what they say?
that's the first thing they
You're
teach you.
always
What do
an
they
addict.
say? Once an addict,
You're always an
always an addict.
And we can't say what they say in NA. It's an
Yes.
anonymous program.
Okay.
And we're on a public
But we know the
platform.
12 steps.
Okay.
We can't do that either. It's anonymous.
But we know. Well, we know.
But okay, so it is known that, once an addict, always an addict. Hey, I'm Dr. Bryant, I'm 20 years sober, and I'm an addict, right? I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but I'm just keeping the reason why they say that is because that person has learned to manage their appetite. You put them in a certain manipulated environment, it will trigger or inflame a past appetite. What I'm saying is that the appetite may not come as frequent. You may think it's gone because it's been 3, 4, 5 years. For some people, 10. But that doesn't mean that if you're not in the right activated environment, that our old ways will not start to begin to become, that's why the word is called triggered. And when you're triggered, can you manage so that you don't go and make the same decision you
don't
used to
relapse
make?
and go back
the
to
You
stigma.
relapse. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not, listen, I'm not saying that particular man who has 4 kids by 4 different women can't learn how to govern himself
And do better.
in a way that he then can say, I'm a family man, but I have to be transparent about some of
Who I am.
the inadequacies that come up for me. And he can't hide it and tuck it because then that's when it's really going to persist and show up. He got to be real about,
You
look, this is
gotta
what I
stand
used
up.
to do and
Yes,
how
who
I
you are.
move. That's just what it is. You have dudes who've been street dudes. And they have a different vocabulary. They have, they speak differently. They move differently. But every once in a while, whoever they marry is going to see a little bit of that street swag or maybe a little bit of that street conversation, meaning doesn't mean he's out on the street selling dope still. But that is who that dude is. So there's certain things about him that will show up like the man he's always been.
But if you say that about a man in a blanketed way, right? The stigma that comes with being called a narcissist, selfish,
Womanizer.
or womanizer, even if he has found a way to not fall into those triggers. Because like you said, there's always going to be the triggers there.
Yeah, there
but
you
if
go.
you're a man that has now found the way to kind of control that, but you're still being categorized as a womanizer. And let's just say you're single, let's just say you're dating. I think to be called that or to be labeled that,
No,
it doesn't make you appealing or
No, if
attractive.
a man
to,
was sitting here and he said, him and his wife, and they're like, yeah, we've been married 10 years, he's a family man, there's no infidelity, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, I have 3 kids by 3 different men, and he has 4 kids by 4 different women, and we're a blended family. It works. But he's, we both have been together 10 years, and we both have to manage some of the things that come up for us. But, we doing good. What I would say is not, you're both womanizer and manizing right now. What I would say is that make sure that you are having a keen awareness of any triggers or anything that can inflame those old behaviors, because you are on a good trajectory. And in order for you to stay, you cannot forget what triggered you to begin with.
Your natural nature.
To begin with, like me, right? I'm not going to. Perfect example. I have I had a guy he wants to go on vacation. He wants to take a vacation. He wants to take a vacation, right? Well, now he's good looking. He's he does well. He has no kids. He fits the the type of man I like. I'm not going on vacation.
He's actively playing.
Shut up.
Just not retired, right? Just not retired, right?
Just re-up that max.
Pro.
But what I'm saying is he's been wanting to go on vacation, right? He wants to go to Mykonos, he's all these, wherever I want to go. Well, I don't want to go on vacation. And everybody, not y'all, because we've already talked about it, my guy friends, my girlfriends are like, because a couple things. One, I'm not into casual sex. 2, if I go on a vacation, then I know that I want to be able to be free in my sexuality with you on vacation.
1,000%.
I'm trying to go all balls out.
1,000%. Of course.
Why would I go on vacation with you, knowing that I'm going to have to manage myself all 9 days? And
9?
There's a high percentage.
God damn, girl. 9?
That's a long time. But there's a high, even if it was 4 days, but there's a high percentage that I'm human. I could fall short.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're not even allowing yourself to get put into that
Makes sense.
situation.
Prevention is better than the cure.
By bait of a vacation, I'm not doing that.
Prevention is better than the cure.
Before y'all continue, I have a question. So, you don't like casual sex? Me either, girl.
You don't like it either?
No.
Okay.
But you're sleeping with someone that you're totally comfortable having a child with, but you're not totally comfortable being with?
I'm not sleeping with anybody.
You just said you are. When Ice
No, I
asked if you were
didn't.
abstinent.
No, she
No, I
didn't. She
didn't.
said
Okay,
if she is,
I heard
she's
it.
on that
No,
she's.
Oh, she's saying
No,
she
no,
would.
that's-
She would.
Yeah,
She would.
no,
She
I'm
would.
saying I'm not.
You say I'm not abstinent, but
No, meaning abstinent meaning I'm not
You're not
making the
consciously
conscious
not having
decision to
sex.
say it's no
Gotcha.
sex until
Gotcha.
this
Until
or to
this,
that.
until
No,
that.
it's
Yeah,
just
got it.
it's just
Gotcha.
I'm not doing it casually.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
you
Could you be with a man? Could you be with a man that's saving himself for marriage?
Yeah, I could.
Because I heard you on Justin's shit. You was talking all this info shit.
You could be with a man.
A bunch of
You
info
could be in a
shit. You
relationship
were.
and get married to a man prior to having sex with
She
him.
was giving it crazy like that?
Yeah, I could.
She said she enjoyed
Okay.
it.
Just from a realistic standpoint. So what happens if he does all of these great things, right? To where you find like I could see myself spending the rest of my life with him, and then when you guys get down to having sex, because you said you're
He
a
can't kiss
hypersexual,
somewhere.
he can't kiss.
No,
he got a
it's
2-inch
trash.
dick, whatever the case may be. What happens then? And be honest, like what happens? Because I hear girls like us up here, we got mad platonic female friends, so I think we may be more in tune than most men.
I don't have that. I don't
knew they was
I
going to do
Don't
that.
put that on
But
niggas.
I understand where you're going. I don't.
Y'all do. Don't put that on niggas.
So full of
Yeah, I
shit,
ain't-
B.
give me a
doing that,
Anyway,
I knew he was going to do that though.
so what happens if he got a 2-inch dick? Because I know girls that'll be like,
Yo, God.
Go ahead. Ish.
niggas
What if he's not good in bed?
teenagers, bro? No. What
No.
happens if he got a 2-inch dick?
It's
my
horrible, and
Because
it's like,
girls
I
will say,
can't
"Yo,
do this."
dog, you can't have." They say that, "Yo, somebody could not know how to have sex, and you could work on making their sex better." But if somebody's dick is too small, it's just not going to work. I've heard a bunch of women say that. So I say to you, what happens in that instance?
Well, a couple of things. You can see someone's dick size without having sex with them. So you don't have to wait for marriage to see his dick size. He can
That's
use
a
in the
fact.
bathroom. There's a lot of different things, right?
Dick
But
pic is getting sent.
but you can see that. But
First week,
the first week.
Hammer out the gate.
But I am.
the big remote.
Oh shit!
Oh, my God.
Whoa!
That's what he's. That's his move.
Ish.
That's his move.
Y'all niggas. Yo, cream and cream is wildin', nigga.
Bruh.
What's that cream called?
I knew that. I knew
Miracle Whip.
that. I knew that when he wore the gray cashmere.
Yeah, he wore.
Like, oh shit, that's my
tryna
strip club
say-
outfit.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I go to strip club with on rock.
Yo, you nutting in the
Don't you put on that
cashmere?
gray
I'm not
outfit.
nutting.
Don't you
Nah, I
do
mean,
it.
I'm good. I'm scared.
But my thing is, I am emotionally, sexually driven. Hold on, no, listen. I'm trying to tell you. This is why I don't like casual sex.
She's trying to teach you, nigga.
The reason why I don't like casual sex is because I like to be slutted out by my man, by my husband.
E, come
I
back.
can't- I can't.
Hey, E, you missing it. I ain't gonna hold you, my G.
It's your back right here. My guy.
It's your bag, boy.
Slut it out.
Keep going.
And I'm not able to do that casually because there's not a connection, there's no fusing, and there's no emotional type of stimulation for me. So once I know that we are locked in and I'm yours, and it's more of a very passionate connection, thriving type of environment when we are being intimate, everything else is a second orgasm for me. So the fact that we are not casual, that I am yours, that you can say this is my shit and really mean it in the bedroom, not casually because it's good sex talk,
Or 'cause
that
you just your
turns me
turn.
on.
No,
and let me
but
say
you don't
something,
know
hold on.
that yet.
Hold on,
I
let
don't
her
know
finish.
what.
You don't know that yet because we said post-marriage. So
No,
you
you
don't
do
know
know
if he's
that.
going to match your sexual energy. Niggas talk a lot of shit. Women talk a lot of shit. Wants to get down, she might be trash. He may be trash and just spitting that shit.
Well, this
What
is-
happens post-marriage?
My experience of a man pre-marriage with no sex, who is in his masculine, who was telling me, you mines, this my shit, right? This is me. Baby, have you ate? Baby, what do you need? I'm on my way. Did you make it home? Open up my car door. Babe, I was thinking about doing X, Y, and Z. What is your thoughts on that? A man who's transparent, a man who I have full access to. That, for me, is a turn on. I want to make love to that man. So by the time all of that happens and you are penetrating my body, it is not going to be hard for me to orgasm with you mentally and emotionally. See, people are so, again, to your point, our culture is so caught up on this physical orgasm And that's why they having such horrible fucking sex. Because if the sex wasn't so horrible, then how come sex relationships are only lasting 2 weeks to a month? Ain't nobody leaving nobody whose sex is fire. It's because there's an extreme disconnect between us and having sex. So I don't need you to make me come. I can do that to my body. What I need you to do is emotionally and mentally and spiritually stimulate me and have me having an orgasm before you even touch my body.
Because people are not mentally connected to sex.
But now we're having ecstasy. Now we're having ecstasy. That's a whole different ball game. A lot of these people are having this real amateur sex, and that's why I can stay out of casual sex, because casual sex be extremely boring. It's whack.
Got you.
Half the time you don't even orgasm in casual sex for the woman.
Half the time this shit is transactional sex today.
So
Word.
And let me say this real quick for the
Word.
man.
And that takes all of the emotion out of it, period.
Period. And let me say this, and I want to tag you in. Transactional sex. And these men are running around here thinking that these women are not faking these transactional orgasms. Y'all are fools, because most women do not orgasm transactionally. It just doesn't happen. Most women need foreplay before the foreplay. So by the time you touch my body, we're having sex.
They don't give
that's fine. That's
You
fine.
think yourself.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Pay to leave. Pay to leave. That's fine.
What
Yeah,
you're saying is
that's
that to you, discipline is more attractive than desire.
That's sexy to me. That is so sexy to me. I was dating a man for a while. Shut up,
Heard
Joe.
that?
I didn't say nothing.
You heard that, E?
How tall was it?
Dating
do that.
man for a while.
Don't put me in
How
the
tall
shit.
was it?
I'm just saying, do you understand?
I don't need to hear it.
I'm not.
Big old
Because
guy.
if you keep
If I
playing,
say- if I say no,
I'm
no.
asking.
leave me alone.
E, listen, look at me.
let Dr.
E,
Cheyenne Bryant
Look at me.
speak.
I'm not saying it.
Leave me
Do you
be.
understand that discipline?
I don't need you to point me out. I understand everything.
Okay,
I might
I'm
understand it better than most niggas.
You do.
Yeah.
I realize
Yeah,
that you
you,
watch
nigga.
niggas' content and then you come in and regurgitate it. And when
No,
they-
I say this shit first,
You did,
and
'cause
y'all
you-
joke me out the room, and
'Cause
then when you
you
hear
watched
someone
it
else
before.
say it, now it's.
This is not her first time saying it though.
I've never heard her say anything like that.
So
and I
who
don't
you
need
watch,
to,
nigga? Who you watch?
You know what's so funny? If don't, all right, let me chill.
Doc, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
That's that lack
It's
of
my
discipline.
It's
That's that lack of discipline.
Yo, it's my
Yeah,
minutes.
Go ahead.
That's that masculine. Go for it. Let me see.
No,
See, he fucked it up. The hater over there fucked it up.
No.
No, but yes, discipline is. I was just saying that I've dated a man that, you know, we've been dating, and we was dating for a few months, and I'd be traveling and spend the night and doing whatever. But his discipline to sleep without having to just jump my bones is what made me feel like, damn, like I want you. I want you. We will throw our pheromones at you. Like I'm talking about, like on a pitcher mount, throw strikes at you. And then that's really when you want it. It's like, I mean, unless you just, like y'all said, don't care about the woman being pleased, you want casual sex, and do your thing. But I'm saying a good experience,
That's
Is
one
that-
of your moves.
I don't have any moves.
That's one of your moves.
You just throwing niggas in.
That's one of my.
It's a nasty
pie.
It's the last nasty second hour.
Yo, nigga been my friend for 20 years. I
Last of the
know some
Mohegans, nigga.
Goofy, bro.
That's one of your moves.
Whoa! Don't look down, nigga. It's not his move, boy.
That is one of his moves.
Okay, triple.
At this point, it's gonna be all y'all moves because I just gave you some game.
did
Lay
not.
in the
Everybody
bed.
don't have
You did not give us
Everybody
a
had to discipline for that one, dog.
We see that shit a mile away, please.
You ain't laying in no bed
dog.
with nobody not
We've been
trying
out
to do
there for a
something.
minute.
You ain't laying in the
I've
bed not
slept in
trying.
a bed ass naked with girls and didn't touch
That
them.
you didn't want her.
No,
Once a chick,
that's
yo,
not
dog,
true.
once.
Doc, we more strategic than that.
Yeah, but that's not
Niggas
that.
40 plus.
Yeah,
These
niggas up
two
here
niggas, cream and
niggas
cream.
ain't cavemen.
Stop, yo.
Miracle Whips. Miracle Whips. Them niggas strategic. Right? They're not like they're super. They're not just giving up like
Right.
that.
They ain't
He
doing-
prides himself. He
They
prides himself
They
in
doing
that.
it for a couple nights. They're not doing it for months.
I've done it
That's
for
too much
months.
of an investment.
I know.
I've done it
At
for
least he's
months.
honest. He said he not doing it for months.
I like
But-
something about it.
I'm not gonna let her be.
She not gonna
I'm
let
not
you
gonna
do
be.
it for
Let
months.
her be in my bed for months doing all that.
Let me tell you this, my nigga. First of all, contingent upon how you go to bed, you playing games if you getting in my bed or your bed and you wearing certain shit, knowing that it's sensual and sexual. Now you playing a game that I don't really want to play.
I agree. And
So-
I agree. And to your point,
If you come to bed with
yo,
sweatpants on with the motherfucking
Yes.
Boy Scout knot,
Nigga,
that's
you can get
different.
in bed with a clown outfit on, bitch. You getting fucked. When I'm ready to fuck, you getting fucked. Fuck on each other, yeah. Fuck you talking
Hey,
about.
yo,
With the nose on and the
Hey, yo,
makeup,
hey, yo,
bitch.
hey, yo,
Homie,
doing
the clown
it.
is
Hey, yo,
coming out.
homie,
Homie,
hey, yo,
homie, don't play
Hey, yo, E, doink the clown.
Girl,
Nigga, Ringling, we Ringling brothers in here. What the fuck you talking about? Don't play with that.
Homie, don't play that.
Yeah,
yo.
we playing. No, but I agree with that because when I wasn't ready.
What'd you say?
In that,
What'd you say? What'd you say? Say it louder.
What you said? What'd he say?
What'd you say?
He said fast service, I think.
Fast service?
Circus.
Oh, fast
Fast
circus.
circus.
I agree though. I
Sophie when
would
she
get in the
leave.
bed with my leggings and a sports bra, and I wasn't in nothing too sexy, and that's what until I was ready. Then I would get in nude, and that's when you know. But I agree. Yeah.
Leggings and sports bra.
Leggings and sports bra is better than lingerie. Women are nuts, B.
This lady's crazy.
Yo, dog.
You
Boy
talking
shorts
about the
and a
Amazon
tank.
shit, the thin shit?
No, nigga.
Niggas
Boy
ripped those.
shorts and a
better.
tank top is better than lingerie.
Sports bra.
It's lingerie.
Boy shorts and tank top getting it done.
What?
Girl, put that right on the top.
I don't even want that lace shit. That lace shit is ass. Get that shit out of here. I don't want that shit.
Flip it right on the top, girl. We treat that like a tank top. That's a nigga tank top, girl. Let me just move this to the side, girl.
Like high school. See, y'all ain't got no discipline.
She's not a lingerie girl.
No, I love
Oh,
lingerie.
you end up. All right, got it.
But if I get in with legs and a sports bra, it ain't lingerie. That means
She's saying that she's not.
That means
That's
I'm not
not
good.
it.
But the men in the room are
That's
telling you that's
Hey, yo,
lingerie.
Sam, that is lingerie to niggas.
To niggas.
That's spoon time.
What?
That's spoon
safe.
time.
Right there.
What?
Right there.
Snowsuit would be safe.
Snowsuit, safe.
Yeah, that's safe.
The
Yeah.
whole COVID.
Like Kenny
COVID
from
outfit,
South Park.
COVID outfit.
But you saying when you wear that, you're letting it be known I'm not ready to move to
Because
that point.
I'm not trying to play games with you and turn you on just for me to say no.
So
I'm
then
not.
why? So
you
then why
understand,
put them in the
like,
bed?
you hear us,
Period.
right?
It's 1, 2, 3,
I'm sorry, go.
5, 6, 7, 8 dudes in here.
All
When you
telling
come
you-
to bed with the tights on, pretty feet, tank top,
You're not giving the message you think
you
you're
not
giving.
sending the message you think you sending.
That's fine.
You sending the other message.
That nigga radar is like,
Just threw that shit in there.
That ain't the only thing.
you're not gonna throw the
Listen.
feet in there. You're not gonna throw the feet in there.
Socks, nigga.
Yo, that's what.
But if she's saying she's attracted to discipline, if she's saying she's
No,
attracted
he
to discipline,
respected it every time.
Of course.
Every time. And until I got in the bed different.
And he
then
went.
at
And he
that
went.
point-
And he went
He knew it
crazy.
was go time.
No,
Because you're not saying that you don't
If
desire-
I tell you what he said, y'all gonna be like, "Oh, doc."
What he
because
said?
you're,
Oh, I got it.
No, wait, hold on. What did he say?
I got in the bed, nude, and I went to pursue. I started
You
kissing
initiated.
him. I
Okay,
initiated,
okay.
yeah. Because duh, right? It
Right,
had been,
absolutely,
it already been
that's
2
right.
months, and he's
Sure,
been
sure, sure.
respected, so
He
he
was
got to know
submissive.
what's going on.
He was submissive.
No, we started kissing, and he stopped, and he said,
Not tonight.
"Oh my
I
God,
finally
no."
get to have you.
You sure you want to do this?
I'm on my period.
What he said? What he said? Like, what's this nigga saying?
Y'all gonna be. He said, "Let's pray."
Yo, she got a. That nigga killed your whole stiffy. Your stiffy was done. You was done. You was off of it.
Hey, I was so
Nigga,
done.
what?
Hey, I was so done.
Why you bring God into this right now?
Ain't no man in the history of men ever thought of
Unless he said grace.
No. He said, "Let's pray," and then the further conversation was, if I'm not willing to marry him, then he don't want to be intimate with me because he was ready to be married.
and you guys were dating for 2 months. I mean, I can understand.
What he said. Did you hear the second
No, there was
Did you hear the second part though?
There's a
No, look. Tell me the second part.
No, so and then the further conversation went that, if he can't marry me, he does not want to be intimate with me. He was ready to get married.
Yo, what's that nigga name? Get that nigga. Yo, block that nigga.
Okay, so hold on.
No, hold on. Let me say this.
Block him right
I'm
now.
not going to name drop, but
No,
if
please don't.
I wouldn't. But if you knew his name, you would, one, understand, but two, be like, oh, damn. Because he's not no regular Moji Joji. Not like that, I'm just saying. So no,
that
he
did that
was
make
ready
him,
to get married.
Did that make him more? Because in that moment,
No, not a pastor.
in that moment when he said the prayer shit, I can understand you
No.
now being turned off. Maybe.
TDJ.
Hold on. I can see you being turned off at that moment, right? But
No,
if you're
I
really
wasn't
into
turned
discipline,
off.
if you're really into discipline,
I wasn't turned off. I was actually turned on
right?
more.
Because it's more discipline.
I was like, oh my God, okay. Like, okay.
So why you didn't marry him?
I don't think I've ever been horny and prayed.
So why you didn't marry him?
He has kids.
You didn't marry him because he has
you won't
children.
date.
He has children. Yeah, he has beautiful kids. Yeah.
So you won't marry somebody with children.
No.
But you would have a kid with him.
No.
Yeah.
I have a kid with them.
Yes, you would. Because you considered
No.
that possibly happening the moment you decided you're ready to have sex with them. Like you said earlier.
No. But what I say earlier as well is that if I put myself in a certain situation and I don't make a good decision to not be in that situation, I am human. I can also be influenced, right, against something that I'm saying I don't want to do. So that goes to my point of saying this guy had kids. Explain, I will date but not marry a man with kids. As we are dating, I'm okay in my no casual sex, leggings and tank top. Hold on. Me doing that too much ended up being something that turned me on. Back to environment. It was my fault, my responsibility to pull back and have self-management before that night even took place.
But you didn't.
But I didn't. But hold on. This is
so I want to stay there.
This is good, and I didn't. But this is why I always talk about my God, because see, God knows my prayer and my heart and what I want. So in that moment, I know y'all laughing at this whole "let me pray" thing for him. For me, in my experience, that was a straight divine intervention of God being like, nah. Because if I'm not gonna say if you knew who it was, you'd be like, that's wild. So what I'm trying to say is that was just me literally being saved by the bell and saved by that man saying no. Because to your point, no, I had no business being intimate with this man. Sit your ass down.
So you never had
Intimate
sex?
No,
he stopped it. He stopped it.
And what I'm saying is, but that worked in my favor because this is not a man who.
But you was willing to get. I see what you're saying.
You went against your natural. You went against what you went against what you speak about. Doing for yourself.
What I did was, I am showing you an example by just being transparent of what I spoke about earlier.
You're human.
What I said was, we're human. We don't change. We manage ourselves. If we do not make sure we're not in environments that will change us, because our environment will influence us before we influence it.
True.
It'll change us before we change it.
Of course.
So if we make sure, like I did not make sure, I'm taking accountability, saying I did not make sure in that moment. This was years ago. In that moment, I did not make sure that, hold on, this is a man who you're attracted to. This is a man who you know you don't want to marry. This is a man who y'all have good companionship and spend a lot of time together. And you in this bed in leggings and a tank top.
How long were y'all together?
Well, like dating, not together.
Yeah.
You said 2 months?
But she ain't gonna get together with no
A
nigga.
few months.
I just want it now.
A few months. So what I'm saying is it went from, and then we were long distance. So that plays a role. We're not together, right?
Got
so
it,
I'm flying in, I'm traveling the road, I'm filming my talk show, I'm doing all of my tour, blah, blah. And, he's doing his thing as well. So my point of saying is that is a perfect example of if we are in the right environment that triggers and inflames something in us, and we don't have the ability to manage in that moment, no matter how long you've been doing things, no matter how long you think things are going good.
Relapse.
Baby, relapse. I just happened to be literally saved, I'm telling you right now, by God, by the bell, because that was an intervention of like, nah, let's pray. So I was turned on, but then after that, when I kept my flight home, I started to pray. I said, you know what? Thank you. Come on now. I said, thank you.
You looked me out.
Straight up. This is, and I'm talking, it may be funny to y'all, but that's a real story. I was like, yo,
I get,
thank you.
If
because
you believe that way, I get it.
So after y'all prayed, y'all said,
we prayed.
whatever.
We prayed and went to sleep.
Nah, if I pray with you, you about to watch me manage myself.
No,
I'm doing
What do
something.
you
You
mean?
know what you was gonna
You
get?
was the one that said,
Amen.
let's pray.
I know.
You getting nailed to the cross.
What?
This was his thing, and you know,
I thought that's fire.
Ultimately, I respect it because I feel like, first of all, he was a man of age. He's retired at what he does, so he's not some 40-year-old man trying to manage himself. He's been around the block, done his thing, so he is genuinely ready to be married. And he is a man who's into Scripture and into God at that juncture of his life. To your point, wasn't always into that. He's there now. And so this is a man who says, I want to be married. He equally is saying, I don't want casualty either. I want a wife. And in order for me to obtain that, I know I have to do things differently. And I happen to be the person he wants to do things differently with because he wanted a wife with me. And so I, as much as one, I'm happy that God, intervened because I was going to make a decision that was against what I really know I didn't want. I wasn't able to manage myself in that moment.
Can I ask another question?
Of course.
You knew there was no chance you would marry this dude, right?
He had children, she said.
Yeah, because he had children.
But you were willing to compromise.
But no, not even that. Hold on, 'cause let me get my question out.
Compromise. I don't know what you said. Compromise what?
You were willing to kind of like I don't want to say lead him on, but you knew this what he wanted, and you said he wanted a wife with you, but you knew there was no chance you would marry him.
Let's go backwards. He knew that I wouldn't marry a man with kids. He
Right.
knew that. So there was no leading on. He knew that.
Does he have multiple baby
So why
mothers?
would you lay in the bed with him?
Yeah. Hold on.
But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he had one. I see where you're going with
No.
it. Doesn't matter.
No.
Wait, because he go. Okay, go ahead. Because he going somewhere.
Yeah, I was just wondering how y'all end up in bed together, even in that space.
Because I'm at his house. I'm spending the night. We're long
Why?
distance. I'm flying in.
Why are you spending the night and flying in if you know this is not a relationship that you would pursue to that
I
level?
love that. You know why? Because I was transparent from the beginning and said that I don't mind spending time in dating, but I don't date men with kids. After that, that is your decision to choose whether or not you believe you can change my mind or not.
that's
a
what it
lot of
sound
men
like.
think
That's
that.
not
That's
just
not
men,
my
both
fault.
women, both sides.
But that's
Both sides.
I mean, women too. But
Yeah,
we're talking
yeah,
about
I
this
love both.
situation right now.
Doctor, yeah.
But we're talking about this situation. Women do too. Women
Yeah.
do. I think women do it more. Let's not get on that subject. But what I'm saying is, if I sit with you
I
and
get
tell
it.
you
I told you straight
transparently,
up.
this is what I want. But I like your company. I like your companionship. I'm on the road. You're doing you. You are pursuing me in a way that I didn't. You're pursuing me in ways that I like. I see fit. I'm honest with you. That's what adulting is about. Adulting is about being honest. You then have the agency to make your own decision whether you want to deal with me or not. Just like I could have said, I don't even want to travel or spend time with you because you have kids. That wasn't what I wanted. I enjoyed his company. I enjoyed his friendship. I enjoyed his intellect. And I enjoy spending time with him.
But if a person, why let a person lie to themselves though?
No, but you said you laid
himself.
in the bed until you didn't lay in the bed with whatever you had on.
Yes. But
Right.
hold on. But I didn't go spending time, like I said earlier to you, and saying I'm gonna get in this bed with lingerie or naked and try to run these. I wasn't trying to manipulate or lead him on.
I'm not saying that.
At any point,
And let me go further. He also understood that I'm not into casual sex.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like we were sitting there saying, oh, she's coming out of town, I'm coming out of town, and we're doing this manipulative thing. It was a very transparent, honest relationship.
How is that not casual sex?
Well, we didn't have sex,
Well,
baby.
you were about to.
So let me say this: the intention was never for me from the beginning. Y'all keep track, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It was never from the beginning for me to fly out of town on a booty call. It was never. My intention was never. I'm flying to you so we can have sex. I'm flying to you so that we can get married. It was strictly.
To waste time.
No, it's not wasting time.
No, that's my friend. I enjoy his company. I enjoy his
You
conversation.
guys were attracted.
We were attracted to
each other, right? And you've already stated that from the jump, a guy with multiple kids is not an option for you.
For marriage.
For marriage, right?
Yes.
But they could be.
I mean, she won't spoon with a nigga. With
No,
some
but she
kids.
also saying I don't want casual sex.
She also says she don't want casual sex. That falls into something casual if you're not looking to actually get to the end goal.
If we have sex, it falls into something casual.
Let me ask you.
But sex was not an intention. I'm saying from the beginning. But go for it.
You do it.
So when you say,
why you couldn't do it? You deliver
it's cool.
good.
It's cool.
Look, when you say I don't want to have sex casually,
Play
and I also know that this is somebody that I'm not gonna marry. When you took a shower and got out the shower and got in the bed with the man with no clothes on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why you didn't deliver it?
Listen, when you got out the shower and you got in the bed with no clothes on.
But I already explained that, Ish.
Yeah.
I already explained that, baby.
That's not where I'm going.
Let me get where he was going because that's.
I'm asking a question.
Go for it.
All of those other reservations, fuck leading him on, fuck all the other stuff, that all went out the window once you got in the bed with no clothes on. That was a conscious decision.
We explained that. That happened months after.
Yeah.
And this is why I said it did. This situation proves my point that I said earlier.
People can't change it.
That people don't change, we manage ourselves. I was having a weak moment in managing myself.
Exactly.
I transparently said that. That happens to all of us. And the reason why I'm sharing this story is because I am not exempt from that. I'm not too good. I don't care how long I've been in my field. I don't care how many good decisions I've made. I am also not exempt from being influenced.
Like how many times a month?
Against my will.
How many times a month you think?
What?
You think the weakness? How many times a month you think you're not strong? Yeah.
So if you go ahead.
Right. So what I'm saying is, Ish, that my intention wasn't I'm going to have casual sex with this guy. My intention wasn't I'm coming to marry you. My intention was you're pursuing me, we talk, we spend time. We both love it here. We both love it here. I understand that, you're ready to be married. You understand that I'm not into casual sex. You understand that I don't have an interest in marrying a man with kids. That doesn't mean that we cannot be friends. We can't spend time. We cannot do what we want to do as adults because we're clear on the intention and the boundary. Neither one of us was leading on. Now, do I think he might have thought he can change my mind?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's what I was getting to, that part. And if you realize that that's a game that somebody else is playing, that, they think they could change my mind, then I think...
Game.
Wrong word. But if you realize that person might be thinking that, hey, they think they could change my mind, and your mind can't be changed, at that point, after that, yes. At that point, you're wasting their time.
But
literally, because he's putting his time and effort in thinking he's going to change your mind.
But hold on.
And you peeped it.
But that's... No. But that is your responsibility.
So now this
this is good. That's your responsibility. So how am I supposed to gauge and tell you when it's time for you to stop wanting to spend time with me because you haven't got what you wanted, which was me to marry you?
Yeah, but if you know a person's
but
true intention,
but
if you know it, I'm not speaking of maybe not.
This is like you and I going to lunch, having good conversation. You're wise counsel for me. Your advice just works. I give it to you. We doing our thing. And I know you're attracted to me and want to have sex with me. Mm-hmm. You share that. And I said, never. Mm-hmm. You're my boy. You're my friend. I don't cross that line. I don't do it casually. It ain't going to happen. And you table it. We table it. But you still feel the same way. So I'm supposed to end this friendship because I know that you want to sleep with me. And at some point, you hope and wish that someday I'm going to go on and give it up to you.
If the person is moving like they're trying to change your mind and you know that, then yeah. Or yes, because you're literally letting them waste their time.
What part of that are y'all missing from
I think we trivializing it. Like I want to act.
I think I've explained, but I want to know what, because did I not explain it in a way where it's clear?
It's very clear.
No, not like that, because I don't want to I'm not trying to be rude.
He says usually when a woman says she doesn't see a guy like that, she still accepts certain things, knowing that he's trying to pursue her. That's what he's saying. Like she'll still, we can have a friendship, but if I'm trying to pursue you.
But let me say this: it's not like he got down on one knee and said, "Will you marry me?" And I said yes and took a ring.
No, but I understand what Free's saying as well. But I understand what you're saying as well.
But think about it, right? It's not like he's on one knee saying, "Will you marry me?" And I say yes to a ring, and then I take the ring and say I'm about to go sell it. Thank you, good day. No, this was strict. I'm an attractive woman. If I got to be completely brainless to think that my male platonic guy friends don't either want to sleep with me or marry me, or something in between. Not all, but majority, or maybe even all. So what I'm saying is that I'm not ending friendships because I know you waiting for that one vulnerable night for me to go on and give it to you the way you want it. Sure. No, we grown. This is a relationship.
I would agree with that.
I'm spending time with you. I'm not leading you on. I'm not getting in your bed with lingerie. I'm not doing those things. But at the same time, is he facilitating and showing up in a way that was respectful and that I liked? Yes. Right. Did he get on one knee? No. But he did state he's ready to get married.
How many men are you sharing your location with currently? 3.
My brother, my cousin, and my other cousin.
And
all
daddy?
Men.
Oh.
All men.
So no romantic interest?
No, but I would.
Nobody
if
you're dating, right?
Wanted. Yeah, I would do that easily.
I know, because you're into the
access. Oh, easily.
Access, full transparency, all of that. Can you speak about that? I heard you talking about if you're with somebody, you need all passwords to everything.
So, yes, if we are together, locked in a relationship, yes. If we just hanging out, going to lunch, talking, and figuring out if we want to date each other, and we are not intimate, I don't care about any of them numbers. But if we're going to be locked in, listen, you're not penetrating my body without penetrating my mind, my heart, and access to a safe environment, period. It's not about you screwing a woman in that phone. Listen, my body and my health is a priority.
Do you think there's ever a healthy way to do friends with benefits?
I think anything that two adults agree to and collectively are both okay and happy in doing that, I think that is healthy. Yeah. I think that we don't have the permission to project onto people what their agreed upon relationship should be. I think that's not I think that's subjective.
That's fine.
Do you think that it is fucked up when men say every woman needs to go through a whole phase?
No, because I don't think it's messed up, but I don't agree with that at all. Go through a whole phase for what? So that she is sexually more experienced for you in the bed? Like that's superficial as fuck. Grow up.
No.
For what? But a whole phase is a woman who's just having sex with a lot of men.
It don't have to be just men, but it just means having a lot of sex.
Okay, well, men, women, whatever, but she's having a lot of sex. A whole phase is about sex.
I don't go with that.
So my question, you said no. So what is she gaining from just
selfish.
being
I say
sexualized?
that. I'll tell you, I say that, and I don't say it to be experienced for me.
But what is she gaining?
I say to get out your system. To say that because what you don't want is, I would rather someone have done it and realize, oh, okay, that's not for me. I got it out my system. Whether it be we joke about freshman year of college, shit like that.
But what if I'm not a hoe? What if I'm a woman
How you know?
who's never? But no, hold on, listen. What? Because I've been single. Because I have options. I have choices. I can be with rich men, broke men, ugly men, fat men, women. To your point, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what if I'm the type of woman who I just don't have it in me? I'm not built to do the whole phase thing. What if that's just not me? And I'm a faithful woman, and I don't like casual
you can't
sex.
change.
Maybe your whole phase just looks different. Like your whole phase could be not sleeping with 10 men or whatever. It could just be serial dating, maybe fucking giving more blowjobs than you did in a different month. There's you know what I mean? Like you don't have to necessarily be a complete slut to go through the whole phase. I think that he's talking about. It's not specifically like you gotta fuck 30 guys in a month. Like it's just something outside of your
experience. He's saying experience.
When we say whole phase,
yourself.
it's not the sex, it's the experience.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so what makes a hoe a hoe?
Is that your understanding?
I think every whole phase can look different for the woman depending on.
Got it. So it could be sex, it could be dating, it could be using a guy, it could be
just get
going to dinner, it could be getting all your attention, it could be dressing sexy, it could be any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay, I just don't think that a person needs to go through a whole phase to know whether or not their character as a woman or even a man is that of being within integrity. I just feel like as a single woman, my integrity doesn't fluctuate. It's the same as it is if I'm with you.
I say that because...
How do you know your favorite food at the buffet?
Well, because...
If you don't eat the rest of the food.
Yeah, but food and sexual partners are different. I think, I hear what you're saying, but like when I go to a buffet, I also don't eat everything. I kind of know what I want. But also, I don't want to have a buffet of men. Like, you know, when people say, oh, there's not a lot of men out there with no kids. Well, I'm not fucking looking for men. I'm looking for one man. Yeah. So there's definitely one man in many places that don't have kids. I don't want a buffet. I like what's mine, and I like it to be ours. I don't want nothing outside of that. But I've been like that since a young woman. So I didn't, like when I left my first fiance, I remember thinking similar to what you're saying, I was like, you know what? Maybe I just need to get out there and try something different. And like you were saying, the whole phase wasn't sex for me. It was like maybe talk to different men or date men. And I remember trying to get out there. I went to Vegas when they had rehab. Remember they had rehab back then?
Good time.
I think it might still be there.
Put on a cute little thong bikini, boy. Let me tell you, they was on.
Hello.
They was going crazy over your girl.
Hello.
But I learned even just within like the one rehab 4 hour.
That wasn't for you.
So I was just like, you know what? I like to go out. I like to do certain things, but I don't like to entertain none of y'all. And I don't want to talk to none of y'all. I like to talk to one of y'all. And that's just how I'm built. In that moment, you know, I just learned, I guess your buffet analogy, that I'm not a buffet type of woman. You can't be a buffet type of guy with me, and I'm not a buffet type of woman with you. Like, I want what I want, and if it's you, it's you, and that's it.
I say that because we've seen quite a few examples of later on in life, the phase hits. That's why. So again, when I say it, I would rather you have realized, okay, like you did. It only took one rehab trip for you to say, hey, that ain't for me. Some people it takes a weekend. Some people it takes a summer. Some people it takes a semester. Yeah, some people. But I just would rather someone have already done something in that realm to say, all right, I'm good now.
What if that's not your phase?
That's what I was
What
gonna
if you
say.
just repressed it for so long and you just actually just turned into the person you naturally was from the jump? So you can't never know. So then it wouldn't be considered a phase. It would just be a thing that you experienced later down your line.
And I love that you were saying like the phase looks different, right?
Yeah.
Because for me, the phase for me was being in one relationship with one fiance, right? In having a certain sexual appetite with him, right? In liking and doing certain things. And then getting with the second fiance and being like, oh, all the shit I said I wouldn't do and didn't want to do, I'm loving all this shit
I love it here
here
now.
Mm-hmm. So for me, the phase was more a transformation or transition into more of a in tune with my sexuality as a woman and being very open about. First, it was like, all right, this is good. I kind of like this. You know, there's a little bit of boundaries, maybe a little bit. To, yo, have your way with me. And so that was just me becoming a woman and going through a phase of like learning and being comfortable with my sexuality with a particular person.
I think it's the same concept, really.
Similar, yeah. But
Yeah.
And I've learned though, as I get older, you know, I'm a lot more sexually wide open with my person. I kind of like, there's like no limits when I went from having certain limits to like, and that's why I don't like casual sex. I don't like limits. And I don't want to limit you, but I got to limit you if I feel like we ain't locked in and I don't have access and I don't have transparency and this is just not safe for me. You're not getting wide open me. And I'm not trying to half-ass give you me because then I'm half-ass having my experience sexually. No. Like, I need all this shit wide open. I'm a grown-ass woman. I don't need nothing in here half-ass about because you're not finna get no half-ass from me. So that was more my phase of learning. Like, as I get older, my libido was peaked. My sexual activity when I'm in the act is totally wide open, and I love it there when I'm there. Because casually, and I'm not knocking wherever my camera. I'm not knocking anybody wherever my camera is for being in the casualty of sex. I'm not knocking nobody. What I'm saying is, I can't even orgasm in that interaction for me. It just doesn't do it.
That don't do it for you.
And even after, when you get up to get the towel, the way, you touching my hips or my body, all of that plays into my sexual experience. It's not just the stroke and the size. It's the eye contact. It's how you smell. It's how you grab me, how you switch me, how you toss me, how you flip me, what you said to me, how you hold me after. Are you turning me over and sliding in the morning? Like, what is that? All of that is an entire production for me. So if it's not all that, I may even be whack for you because I'm not going to even be as engaged. You might be like, oh, she fine, she pretty, the body's tea, but I can't activate for you. So you don't even want me casually.
I get what you in recovery of? Because when you describe other people dealing with their triggers and what's your recovery? Or what do you possibly, would it be you being a narcissist before? Would it be you being selfish? What would you describe as your... I
love that question. Then what have I had to recover from? I think it's what we said way early on.
Abandonment?
It's me, the abandonment, and me had my first nature being able to get up and cut it and leave. So, I am recovered from it. But we never know how full we are recovered until we get into another situation or relationship. So in my experience of my dating ships, I have experienced me doing well and being recovered. Have I experienced that newness being completely in love? Not yet.
That's what I was gonna say.
And it's going to be amazing to see it. But what I envision it looking like is me choosing a man, like I said earlier, that I can be, which I am, fully transparent with and put my vulnerability on the table and say, babe, I'm freaking the fuck out right now. Like, all of me wants to pack up all this shit in these little drawers you gave me and get up out of here. And so,
why is that an option for you all the time? Because you've mentioned that like 4 or 5 times. Like, yo, your thing when
it used to be an option.
Like you said, yo, homeboys just watching Sports Center. You knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
But your immediate go-to was, I'm not leaving. Like, why couldn't it be, yo, is your family all right? Is your this okay? Is that okay? You went and sat on the couch, and your immediate response to him was, yo, I'm not leaving. Like, I don't see how we get there from me just being silent.
No, this is so good because we give to others what we need. And what I need in moments of my adversity or in moments of my trauma or in moments when I'm in my low functioning, I need reassurance. Yeah. I want to know that you mad at me, but you're not leaving.
Still locked in with you.
And I believe that us as a black culture, we need a lot more reassurance and a lot more staying power than we like to say or we believe. We need to know, especially black men, y'all need to know that sis got an issue with you, but she not finna cut it. She not stepping out. She not gonna cheat. She gonna rip you a new one right here and it's gonna stay in-house. None of this goes out-house. So I gave the reassurance that I know that I need, which is, look, if you see me crying or having a bad day, I want to know, even if you can't fix it, that you're not going to waver.
You love in the way that you want to be loved.
You solid. Yeah, you solid. And I know what abandonment feels like. And that was the only only heartbreak I've had was abandonment. Only. I'm just being real. I ain't been in a relationship where a dude broke my heart. I'm not saying he didn't do something that would have broke somebody else's heart. It didn't break mine.
You never had heartbreak?
No, not
really.
So my only heartbreak was abandonment. So remember, my comparison is the abandonment. So I'm not saying I ain't never been hurt,
right,
or dismantled, but in comparison to my abandonment experience, it wasn't no heartbreak.
It's interesting. It's interesting that you and Dr. Sarah both said that
they never been heartbroken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so again, I've been hurt. I'm not saying that I've never been in a place where I felt broken or hurt by a man. But have I been heartbroken to the depths of how I've experienced my abandonment? Not. It ain't touch it with a fucking 10-foot pole. Absolutely not. That shit is something that I've had to work on my whole life till this day. Being hurt by a man in high school because something happened or whatever experience we had, I'm not sitting here tripping off that now. Like, I would give that man a hug and pray for him to this day. That's a whole different experience. And so when I think of, if I neglect or abandon you, it may feel how I felt. I'm not trying to project that pain onto anybody that I love. And why would I if I know what that feels like? I'm not doing it. So I want to reassure you all the time, as much as I can, and I want the same type of experience from you. Like, I'm not being with you for you to leave me. I'm being with you and you with me so that we can figure out how to work this thing out and stay a partnership.
Does that mean that you get triggered from the guy that during a disagreement just wants to go to his own space?
What shuts down?
In his own space, like you talking about stonewalling, because that's a sign of abuse and disrespectful. Or you're saying his own space, like in the house.
In the house.
Like, babe, I got to go to the room.
Wait, stonewalling is a sign of abuse, but not leaving in the.
Say that again. Stonewalling is a sign of abuse.
No, stonewalling is abuse.
Okay.
Do you know what stonewalling is?
Yeah, I was going to ask that. No, I'm asking you. Please define stonewalling so I'm clear.
Stonewalling is a sign of manipulation. It's we having a conversation. All of a sudden, I disagree, or things don't go my way, or I'm uncomfortable with the emotion I'm feeling in this conversation, and I just hit it. I'm not talking. Or I don't hit it. I just sit here, and I'm not going to talk to you. You're like, you want to discuss. You want to be able to have effective communication, and I'm sitting here stonewall. I'm not responding. I'm not talking. I am quiet. I'm ignoring you. I'm not, and we in this house for 4 days because I refuse to talk.
Okay, 4 days is a long time.
So let me say, hold on. The street term that y'all like to use is called stubborn. The clinical term is called stonewalling. So someone who's stubborn for 4 or 5 days.
What's the clinical term for leaving your man?
So when I say leave, I'm not saying that all of a sudden you come home and I'm gone. I'm not talking about I ghost you. Leaving means we have a conversation. Like, I didn't just up and leave my fiance. Like, okay, babe, I'm gone. Good day. No, I'm meaning I'm not stonewall. We're having a conversation. We're talking through why I'm leaving. I've never just abandoned and left anybody.
But the psychological process that you're having is you're leaving because you don't want to take the chance of them leaving you first.
No. Hold on. So, I love that you said that.
That's what she said earlier.
He gets it. No, that's not. Corey gets it. That's not what I said.
He ain't the person. The bad father.
That's hate.
It don't matter.
That's hate.
Fuck what Corey talking about.
It don't matter. Corey's doing active. Corey's doing.
Talking about Corey right.
Corey's doing active listening. No, what I didn't say that.
Shit! Watch yourself. Watch your mouth, Doc.
That was nasty.
Stop. You here? Don't do that to my man.
Now everybody listening.
Actively.
Look, she don't play. I'm holding you down, nigga. I know.
You had his back.
You got kids.
What I was saying was, I don't up
you
and
do too,
just.
Nigga.
So I don't just up and just leave, right? And say, listen, I'm gone because I'm scared you're gonna leave me. No. What I'm saying is, when I am inflamed, because I never experienced, I think you're going to leave me. That's not what I experienced. Then I leave you. My thing is, if something happens that is deemable for me to leave this relationship, right? Meaning there's cause for me to leave. It doesn't have to be cheating. It could be whatever. Our values don't work no more. Who knows? Whatever happens, right? It is not hard for me to unplug and leave.
Okay.
I'm not saying that I leave because I get in fear of you leaving me. That has never happened. My point is that if there's a reason for me to leave, even if it's a small reason, that may be small to other people, right? It's not hard for me to pull out and leave. For a lot of people, the unplug is hard for them. For me, the unplug hasn't been hard for me. Because see, it's harder for me to plug into you than it is for me to ever have to plug out. If that makes sense. So I'm not a woman that goes and I'm looking for sockets just to plug into. A lot of people are looking for sockets to plug into, and that's why they end up in the wrong fucking relationships. I'm not looking for a socket to plug into. We are going to be in a relationship. And as our relationship takes its natural maturation, I will end up plugged into you because organically we've created a safe space for each other, or I won't. If you do something, I don't know, let's just say you cross a boundary and you didn't cheat, but you do something disrespectful and wild, and we just know you're not going to change, and it just don't work for me, and we've been trying to work it out, it's not going to work. I'm not saying I don't feel it when I leave, but I'm going, no matter how deep it cuts me. That's what I mean by the ability to leave. A lot of people can't take the discomfort of the gut, so they stay because they don't want to feel the dagger. I don't give a fuck about the dagger. I'm going hurt, broken, I'm going confused. If I know the best decision is to unplug, I'm unplugging. So I'm not saying that when I unplug, it's not for a good reason. What I work on is not having the ability to unplug so easy, because it's not fair to you or me in a relationship. Like, you should not feel like we can't work through everything once we get to the point of engaged or married. And so, of course, I have yet to be married, but my intention is to make sure that you know that I can get highly upset with you, but that does not mean that I'm leaving you. And that could be my own projection of what I need, but it's still something healthy that I'm giving you. I don't want to project pain on you, so I'd rather project on you the reassurance that I know I want in this relationship.
All right, two questions. Because one, I got to get back to the Stonewalling thing in a minute. I can't let that go. But to what you said, have you ever given 100% of yourself to someone?
Stonewall. Go ahead. Say it again.
Have you ever given 100% of yourself to someone? And I ask that because I'm gonna tell you. I have to tell you why. I used to be like how you say I could walk away easy. No, we're not. Come on, man. I could walk away easily, but it was because I never fully gave 100% to the person.
Oh,
so because I didn't give 100%, I already had an exit plan. I'm already not necessarily an exit plan, but more so. Hey, this might down the line. This probably might not work anyway. Yeah. So I'm mentally prepared for that. So I don't give my all.
He's saying he was locked in but not plugged in.
So that's what I'm asking, because when you're not giving 100%, it does make it easier to just walk away.
So yes, I have given 100%.
And you can still walk away even at that?
Yeah, so the walk away, let me be clear, the walk away isn't like I wake up one morning.
No.
Right.
It's a process.
So like my first fiance, me leaving, and there was no infidelity. Like, people and family still say, well, if he came back, you wouldn't consider, like, great dude. What I was explaining to you earlier, it took about almost 2 years of me communicating to him that this relationship had ran its course for us. He did not have the ability to let that be what it is. Yeah, so I continue to communicate that. I didn't just wake up and say, bro, good day, pack up, I'm packing up. It was, this is not working.
Did he try to course correct?
We both try to course correct.
It just didn't work.
It just wasn't it. Sometimes things run their course.
That's a fact.
And we both were what each other needed in those 6, 7 years of our relationship.
For that
but
period
it
of
took
life.
a couple years for him to finally say, you know what? Fuck it, I agree.
We did it.
Let's do it. We did it. Let's do it. And I have to say, for me, that was an extremely hard breakup because I didn't have no ammunition. I didn't have, fuck this nigga.
There wasn't no reason.
I didn't have that. No, I had to just say it didn't work, so you got to keep pushing. It didn't work, you got to just keep going. I had to go on dates and say, but he's not a family man like him. He don't make sure you get home like him. He's not loving you like him. But remember, Shy, him and you, it's not working. It's not gelling. It's just not gelling. And I hate that people make every breakup an infidelity thing or toxic. No. Did we have toxic moments? I'm sure, but we just gave everything we had to give, and with the all of giving, it just wasn't working.
Still
and
wasn't
it's okay.
fulfilling. Yeah.
And so I didn't have. It was hard because I didn't have the whole but he ain't good. It was like, but it's a good man. it just ain't my man.
It's just not the person for you.
And that's why it was so hard for him for those years. I got a rock on my finger. We've had an engagement party. We've had a bachelorette party. We got save the dates out. We got a wedding dress. Like, dude,
Y'all
like,
was what do
you mean? Like, we got a venue paid for. Like, I didn't call off an engagement. I called off a wedding. And so it was a lot that was at stake.
How old were you?
I was 30. And I got engaged again at 33. Yeah. So I don't have ex-boyfriends. I have ex-fiancés. So again, me being single now for however long it's been some years, is by choice because I refuse to get engaged again and realize that this is something that's seasonal. So what I did was somebody asked a question about preparation. I just told God, well, I want my experiences still because I love my masculine energy. I love my men. I don't want to be without y'all. I want to be on dates and be loved on and love on you. But I don't want to make any permanent decisions. I want to make sure that I prepare, and I want to make sure that my heart posture has the ability to choose someone who I know this it. Because the next person I choose, even if I run into it seems seasonal, I'm not leaving. If that makes sense.
Is that me?
Even if I get to the point of I'm like, okay, look, we might have grew apart. We're just gonna keep growing. It don't matter. I'm not leaving. I'm not going nowhere. We're gonna figure this thing out and let's rock and roll.
You're just not about to settle just to be in a relationship, just to say you're in a relationship.
No, because and this is what's funny. A lot of people who can have relationships, you know, at the tip of their fingers, we don't settle. I'm just keeping it 100. It's only folks who think they in a deficit or a drought who got to grab onto anything. I don't have to do that. Like I have plethora of options. So I don't have to opt out quick because society says it or because someone feels I should be married or because they say you're beautiful, successful, and you're of this age. Well, guess what? I'm also happy as fuck.
How many options did you count out were they at InvestFest? Like, did you see options out there? Niggas was hollering.
It was on her body.
Niggas was hollering at InvestFest.
It was on her body, boy. I saw him. I was right there.
Okay. Next question.
And I,
And she wasn't this. She was mad, nice, and cool. Hey, he's friendly. We see how she got him. She got him.
Yeah, I've learned exactly what I was trying to learn about
me too.
Dr. Cheyenne.
Yeah,
I have.
What did you learn, Joe?
You A-okay in my book.
Yeah.
You are good in my book, man. Okay? You are. You're unapologetically yourself. You got some unique views. You doing you. You niggas can't slow. Can't nobody. Yeah, y'all not slowing this motion down. A lot of motion. I can't wait to see you when you find this person though. That's what I want to see. When you find the person that you are fully locked in.
Who he is.
Meaning
like, you know, not saying like athlete or not, but just who he is as a man, his character. You're seeing like how I show up.
Whoever. I want to see how you show up when you find this person.
It ain't really about him. I just want to see when you find that person that I'm locked in like that with, like you speak to.
Yeah.
We want to see how you move there.
How I show up. Yeah, and I can't wait to speak the same way that I speak, and I can't wait to show other single women that when a woman is really secure with herself and she's really married because she is choosing to be with this man, not because she's using the ring or the title to weaponize against other single women, then it shows up different. I can't wait to have my rock again and be a married woman and still talk to single women the same way I do, with the same respect and honoring and admiration of them, because there's nothing wrong with being single. There's nothing devaluing about being single as a man or a woman. I have a big issue with folks who are using their horrible, unsuccessful, miserable marriage, mask and ring and title as a way to demonize or weaponize people who are not there yet. And I feel like it's too much of that going on.
It's a lot of that.
It's a lot of that going on. It's more of that going on, but this is the same woman and man again who is sleeping with the other married woman and man, and you think nobody knows your pillow talk. But I do, because when I walk by, says, why is he lusting over me so bad? But that's the man, you saying my man, my man, my man. Because you're trying to use that ring to weaponize, but you going home and you really the only one that's being weaponized by this relationship. That's the problem. So
Face
I can't wait
full
to
of lust. Spot the lust on you niggas' faces.
So I can't wait to stand on that mountaintop, because I want to make sure that, I mean, I'm not gonna be anything better because I'm married.
Right.
I don't become better. I just become a wife. which is a title, and I may become different in the way I show up, where I'm not showing up single, but I'm not a better woman married than any other single woman that's out there. That's just not, or a man. A man is not a better man because he's married than a man who's single. That single man could be a better man. He just hasn't found his better half. And a lot of times it's like that. A lot of the good men are either married or they have the wisdom and the insight to take their time, because they're also not just choosing the low-hanging fruit. They waiting for what's theirs. And I respect a man or a woman who can do that, because that just shows maturity and discipline. And when you do get married, you're taking that discipline into that relationship, and that's sexy.
Don, give me one, wait, before I let you go, give me one word to describe what you think your summer is about to look like.
My summer?
Yeah.
Hot. She know that.
She know, look.
Hot. They love her.
I'm going to be living my promise.
There you go.
There you go. There
Living
you
my
go.
promise, y'all. Y'all, my book is out. Go get it. It's print and audio book. My first book, Mental Detox, is a bestseller because y'all made it a bestseller.
Goddamn right.
Okay, so go get this book. May 12th it drops. You can pre-order it now on all platforms where books are sold. So get your Live Your Promise book so you can learn how to live your promise. I talk about how I went from the hood to the hills. I talk about stuff that I haven't talked about on the pods, about just me being a celebrity life coach and all kinds of stuff. So get the book. But my summer, if I want to manifest it, looks like me locking in with my, soon to be fiance or husband.
Praying
and no
together.
longer. We're gonna pray together. I'm gonna make sure he prays before he gets the putty. Yes.
Good.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, it just looks like traveling, expanding my brand. I'm still on a speaking tour. My book becoming New York's best time seller. My talk show, finding a home at one of these networks that I want to work with and partner with. And then who knows? Maybe that guy might get chosen back.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Joe thinks that I don't want it to happen anytime soon. I do, but I am very happy and very comfortable. And I think that people are not used to interdependent people. They're used to, folks, especially folks that look like us, being so codependent and so desperate that we just gotta bite and cling to anything that comes. No, there's some of us who are really solid within themselves and really happy and really good and willing and waiting to bring that to somebody, but somebody else is not going to make me happier than I am. They're just going to add to what I have, and the hopes is that they, don't take from it. That's it.
My final question for you. What would you say to the viewers out there watching that don't necessarily believe in therapy?
Where's my camera? This one?
The red light.
Red light.
The red? Oh, listen. No one's exempt from lifing. We all have trauma. We all have adversity. And therapy is something that not only shifts your life, but it literally changes your life. Not by changing you, but by helping you manage the things that don't work for you. Therapy is everything strong. There's nothing weak about going to therapy. There's nothing weak about seeking help. Even if you can't get to a therapist, if you can get to a wise counsel neighbor, a pastor, a friend, I think that asking for help is something that we have to start making a norm. And also, if you are in therapy, don't be there to just obtain the knowledge, because knowledge is not power. The implementation of what you learn is where the power comes from. And we have to start to be a active and proactive community. And I'm not just saying black folks, all folks, so that you can see the shift, because the work does work. But if you're not doing the work, then all you're doing is showing up and wasting your money and wasting your time. So I just want to just put out that I offer that, even from this pod or any of the videos you watch of mine or books that you purchase of mine, that you are not just being a listening ear, but you are understanding that faith is an action word, and that to show up in a way that you are faithful and hopeful in yourself is to have extreme action. And action is the only thing that does two things. It alleviates anxiety and it prevents depression. So make therapy a lifestyle. Don't make it an intervention, so that it can prevent anything that you see or deem that can be something that takes your entire life away from you and doesn't add life to you. So
yeah, and it's something you can partake in when everything's going good. Like it doesn't just have to be a 911 or break the emergency fire extinguisher glass.
Because sometimes people do need somebody that they can They can celebrate. Y'all say it for me. I'm trying to say the other word. No.
Not celebrate.
They could be celebratory.
Oh,
y'all didn't have my back. Celebratory.
I was sorry.
That you can celebrate. You can be celebratory with, because you got some folks who have imposter syndrome where they can't just brag and talk about the big shit they doing to their friends or their loved ones because people don't understand it. You know what I'm saying?
That is a
they
fact.
can't celebrate it with you to your magnitude. And I have a lot of clients that come in session and they're like, Doc, this happened and that happened and my week went amazing. I got a book deal. I got this new show. I'm doing this. And I'm like, yo, that's amazing.
They can't tell us all.
And they can't tell anyone. Yeah. But in session with me, I can celebrate them. I can empower them. And they didn't need to come in and trauma dump. They need to come in and have someone that will celebrate with them and not be jaded and not have to understand, but just say, yo, I'm proud of you. Go get that shit and keep doing it. A lot of my sessions are like this. I love that you said that because people think therapy is just about having issues or the stigma being crazy. When I don't know anyone, including myself, that ain't crazy to some level.
That's a fact.
So we got to be okay with whatever crazy we have. It's about understanding your crazy so you can make sure your crazy works for you and not against you. That's it. That's it. Because I don't want to not be crazy.
Same. I say it all the time.
I like my crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
I love my crazy.
I worked hard on this crazy.
What?
Yeah, I'm not shutting my shit.
At all. I'd be so bored with myself if I didn't have my crazy or my little bit of toxic that I got.
That's peace.
Are you going to come back and visit us?
I'm definitely coming back.
Our doors are always open to you. You are now officially a friend of the show.
I may have to come on one of the shows and just be an opinionist and have another guest here.
Oh, I would love that.
And let me shoot my shit.
Oh, that would be great.
Oh, for sure.
Just come on and join the crew.
That would be absolutely great. And anytime you need any of us for any of your content, please, we're a call away. Ladies and gentlemen, please, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. An absolute angel.